Hey, LSU fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to LSU football games or to any other live event in Baton Rouge, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of LSU athletics. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
In a region famous for its cuisine, Blue Plate Mayo has been a staple since 1927. From New Orleans to Lafayette, Houma to Baton Rouge, it's the mayo Louisiana reaches for when it's time to make something delicious. Whether it's dressing a po' boy or making that perfect dipping sauce for crawfish, it has to be Blue Plate. Blue Plate Mayo, the official mayo of LSU athletics. That's the good stuff.
This has been the Kubota Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Kubota Dealers. Visit a local dealer today for special offers on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Here come the Tigers. From inside the broadcast booth with the call of the game, here are Gordy, Jacob, and Chris.
All right, and that was the national anthem by the Golden Band from Tigerlands. We continue getting you ready inside Tiger Stadium for your LSU Tigers and the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. One of the things that Gordy was talking about there in the recipes for success, the Western Kentucky offense. Real quick, let's take a look at who they are. They score 31.3 points per game. That is first in conference USA. It is top 50 in the country in the FBS. When you look at how they make their yards, they gain 432.9 per game. That is first, again, in Conference USA. That is best for 27th in the country, and it is mostly through the air. 296 yards through the air. Again, first in Conference USA. That is top 10 in the country. And so this LSU defense gives up 198 yards through the air. It's best for 6th in the SEC, 42nd in the country. Certainly going to have to be a place LSU is really good inside of Tiger Stadium here tonight. Also, third down efficiency. LSU defense has been really good this year. Top 35 in the country good, only allowing offenses 34.8% conversion rate. But on the other side of it, Western Kentucky converts, again, surprise, surprise, first in Conference USA, 47.5% of the time. That is top 20 in the country, coming in at 19th overall. So this Western Kentucky offense is certainly the reason they are 8-2. It has been one of the best units in the country, certainly the best unit in Conference USA, and going to be an exciting matchup here in Tiger Stadium tonight. All right, so we continue to get you ready for kickoff. We're going to go ahead and welcome on to the broadcast the voice of your LSU Tigers, Chris Blair.
Thank you, Jacob, and welcome in, Tiger fans, as we get one more Saturday night in Death Valley here to finish up the 2025 home schedule. Western Kentucky, as Jacob and Gordy have been telling you, This will be the third time these two teams have met. In fact, this will be the second time, Jacob, that I have witnessed LSU at Western Kentucky. I was on hand as a visitor, as a fan back in 2015 for a very rainy night.
Yes.
That did get the game underway, but the conditions here tonight are going to be optimal for college football. And you mentioned this offense. Tyson Helton, of course, kind of adapted his offense to the air raid style. You look back at what they've done this season, got no fear at all. They've used both quarterbacks. Obviously, Tisdale being put into action as the backup after the starter got injured against FIU. But they put the ball in the air 45, 48, 51 times in a single game. And it's interesting because not all of it is vertical.
Right.
Although they will at times, but this is an LSU cornerback, defensive secondary that is tied with Mississippi State in the SEC with 12 interceptions. So there's going to be opportunity. I think the question is, if you get some of the takeaways like LSU's defense did last week, Jacob, you want to see the offense take advantage of those. And as you say so well, in the drive in the end zone.
Yeah, no question about it. This is going to be a great matchup. LSU's DBs and certainly that corner position as far as pass coverage has been so good all season long. It's going to be some great matchups with Henry and Hutchinson and Berry from Western Kentucky. But also, watch number 81, Noah Myers, the tight end for the Hilltoppers. He is on film. He flashes, Chris, and he is somebody that can really take advantage of the middle of the football field. That's why, look, getting number 40 Whit Weeks back in the middle of your defense is going to be huge here tonight because of how they like to attack the middle. We know Whit Weeks has been so good, and it allows also other players to do other things. When Whit's in there, Hell Perkins can do some other things. Even Wes Weeks, his brother, can do some other things. So a big game to get number 40 back, even though I know it's a non-conference game and not an SEC play.
No, certainly great to get Whit Weeks back out on the field. As you can hear, the Tigers make their appearance, come out of the chute, make their way to the near sideline, as we're only about 2 minutes and 45 seconds away from kicking this one off. Again, a lot of arguments, Jacob, about daylight savings time, but I will tell you, when you've got a 6:55 kickoff and this place is under the lights completely, no better setting in college football.
Yeah, you know what? We don't have to have that argument, but I'm a fan of it. You know, that might be a controversial take there, but I'm a fan of it. You know why? Because exactly what you just said. 6:55 kickoff, and we get to do it, a nighttime game in Tiger Stadium under the lights.
Western Kentucky still taking some time. The team's still yet to make their appearance on the field. The captains, though, are ready to go, as are LSU. So let's send it down once again to our MVP down on the sideline. Sunshine Sideline reports throughout the broadcast, and he'll bring us the live toss of the coin. Here's Gordy Rush. Gordy?
Hey, guys, it is a beautiful night in Tiger Stadium. I love it for LSU. Just Weeks and Nussmeier out of captains. Check that. Here comes Ramos and Guillory. So they will make up the four captains. Garrett will call it for LSU.
There we go. Kentucky, you're the guest tonight. Heads, tails, you're going to make the call. Tails, heads. What's your call?
Tails.
What do you call? Tails. If I drop it, we do it again.
But it's heads. So you won the toss. We'll defer. You want to defer.
I tell you what, LSU has been on fire. That's 3 in a row. Coin tosses. LSU has won. They have elected to defer, and they will kick from right to left on your radio dial, coming from the south end zone towards the north. Guys, one thing to look for tonight, Mansour Delane, outstanding quarterback, the All-American candidate for LSU, has been battling through some ab issues. He's dressed. He's warmed up. I expect him to start, but I'm going to keep a close eye on how much he plays tonight.
All right. Thank you, Gordy. Yes, indeed. Third time in a row, LSU has won the toss of the coin. They'll defer. And it's interesting, Jacob, when you listen to Coach Wilson this week, he said, hey, look, defensively last week we came out ready to go. Again, Arkansas ran down the field, but they got a stuff, got a turnover, turned them away. He said, we need both units, offense and defense, to get out to a great start. And sometimes, and you and Gordy know much better than I, senior night, there's going to be some emotions. Obviously, some seniors are key on both offense and defense. You got to put that away once boot meets ball.
Yeah, you do. You got to compose yourself. It's everything, right? The perfect storm. It's senior night. It's a nighttime game. It's a game that you're supposed to win on paper, all those things. But you got to compose yourself, and you got to find a way to stay within the game. And you're right. Last week, being down 14-0 really before you can blink, that's not a recipe for success. You had a special teams touchdown there. The defense did their part. The offense caught up eventually. I'd love to see the Tigers tonight from the very get-go all three phases. Put the pedal to the metal and don't let up until the clock hits 000.
All right, time now for the opening kickoff, as always, presented by Cintas. Aaron Burrell will tee it up at the 35-yard line. As Gordy told you, be kicking towards the north end zone. Cameron Flowers back deep along with George Hart for the Hilltoppers. 15 minutes up on the board. Waiting for the go-ahead. The official signals, let's go. Here's the approach. Boot meets ball. And we've got football in Louisiana. Burrell gets this one end over end out of the back of the end zone. Nearly cleared the end zone. Got plenty of that one. It'll be a touchback, and the Hilltopper offense will start first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Time now for tonight's team colors, presented by your Kubota dealer. Visit a local dealer today for special offers. The Hilltoppers come in, red jerseys, black pants, red and white stripes down the leg. They've got white numerals and white stripes on the shoulders. LSU, and they're also, by the way, the Hilltoppers wearing their black helmets with the WKU logo on the side. LSU, their traditional unis. White jerseys, purple and gold trim on the shoulders, gold pants, purple and white trim, and purple numerals. We're ready to go. First down and 10, Tisdale. Quick fire on the slant. Catch grabbed at the 31-yard line, far side by K.D. Hutchinson. And that is the Western Kentucky offense. Yep. Coach Wilson mentioned it on Thursday night, Jacob. He said, look, you got to be disciplined. You want to try to create some pressure, but understand they're going to get rid of the football extremely quickly. We saw it there, a gain of 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3 up at the 31-yard line. Quick handoff up the middle with room across the 35 near the 37. Picking up the first down is going to be Marvis Parrish, a true freshman running back. Wes Weeks and A.J. Halsey there to make the stop. 5-yard gain. It'll be first down and 10. Hilltoppers moving quickly again on the ground between left tackle up the far hash. Another good run by Parrish. Makes his way into positive territory. Eventually stopped down around the LSU 45 on a couple of big hitters on the ground. It'll be first down and 10 after a 16-yard gain, and the Hilltoppers moving quickly. They'll send 3 wide to the right. One lone receiver short side of the field. That's the left. Single back on the right side of Tisdale. Here's the snap. Quick sidearm throw on the screen, and a little bit of room inside the 45 to the 44 is Hutchinson again. Patrick Payton made the tackle on a gain of 3 yards.
Yeah, they're not wasting any time. You're right. I mean, they are spot the ball. Let's go ahead. Let's get the play call in, and let's get the ball snap. Very efficient, fast offense from the Hilltoppers.
Second down and 7. Ball placed at the 44-yard line of the Tigers, just beyond the Tiger Eye and LSU territory. Tisdale takes a little more time, but has a wide open man outside the numbers at the 40, and he scampers down the sideline inside the 30. Pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Musa Berry left wide open. Woodland eventually forces him into the boundary, but a huge pickup of 18 yards and another first down for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, to Gordy's report, Mansour Delane was not out there to start the game. It was P.J. Woodland and Pickett at the corner position.
Quick moving drive here by Western Kentucky. First down and 10, a toss to the near side. LSU is there. Can they get him on the ground? They stop him at about the 24, pushing back to the 25-yard line. George Hart, the third on the carry. Pickett and Weeks were there to make the stop after just a 1-yard gain. A little similar to last week, although Western Kentucky a little deeper than Arkansas got before they turned the ball over on a fumble by Talon Green. Second down and 9 at the 25-yard line. Tisdale again, quick sidearm throw to the near side. Catch made at the 20 and down to the 18-yard line goes Henry. Matthew Henry with a catch. And right now Tisdale getting a number of receivers involved in the game. Devon Keys made the tackle for LSU. Sets up third down and about 2 here for the Hilltoppers. Just underway first quarter, 12:07, clock moving, no score.
Yeah, for the first time actually getting in a huddle here. I would expect this to even be 4-down territory for Western Kentucky, just kind of looking at the analytics of who they've been so far this season.
Near side hash, motion the tight ends, went backs to each side. Going to get a handoff, looking to throw. Pressure comes, and he'll just throw it away. LSU was there ready for the trick play. We're looking for Parrish, or rather Parrish. Tisdale made the throw, and Parrish was the intended receiver, but it wasn't in the vicinity, and it looks like the field goal unit coming out on 4th down and 2.
Yeah, that's a big stop by LSU. And like I said, typically with the analytics of Western Kentucky, they like to try to maybe even pick up a yard and a half, and then go for it on 4th and short. Try to trick play there. LSU defense ready for it, and now hold them to a field goal attempt.
John Cannon going to try a 36-yarder from the near side hash, kicking towards the south end zone. There's the snap. Placement is down. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So John Cannon gets the Hilltoppers on the board in the opening drive. He's now 12 of 16 in field goals on the season, and it's a 3-0 Western Kentucky lead with 11:43 remaining here in the first quarter. Tigers will get the football for the first time tonight. The Hilltoppers drive deep. The drive would stall, but they get 3 points to take the early lead. A 9-play drive, 57 yards, 3 minutes and 17 seconds, capped off by a 36-yard field goal by John Cannon. We'll take a timeout, return to Tiger Stadium, just underway. 11:43 remaining first quarter. 3-0 Western Kentucky leads on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Everything tastes better after an LSU Tiger victory. Similarly, everything also tastes better once you've baptized it with the handcrafted flavor of the original Louisiana hot sauce. So just imagine how truly tasty something would taste if it was doused in the original Louisiana hot sauce after an LSU Tiger victory. That's Louisiana hot. Buy you some.
LSU Tiger fans are gearing up with real Tigers apparel and merchandise from the official online store at lsushop.net. Get jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, official team merchandise from Nike, accessories, and much more. Over 3,600 products, all shipped right to your door. Head to the place real Tiger fans go for the selection only real Tiger fans get at lsushop.net.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
He's got a seam. He's down the near side hash.
Tiger fans, if you've ever wanted to listen to the LSU Sports Radio Network while watching your Fighting Tigers on TV, now you can, and it's easy to do.
Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set.
Watch the Tigers and listen with the LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
15, 10, 5, touchdown, Tigers!
Live coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
3-0 Western Kentucky leads. They took the opening drive down the field, 57 yards. Eventually had to go for the 36-yard field goal. They lead 3-0 with 11:43 to go. Here in the opening stanza, while we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear the Tigers roar worldwide. The LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Along with Jacob Hester, Gordy Rush, I'm Chris Blair. It's a 3-0 Western Kentucky lead. After the Hilltoppers moved quick time down the field, eventually LSU forced the 36-yard field goal. Now we'll get Jack Cassidy with the ensuing kickoff, and it'll be Barryon Brown fielding it, middle of the field at about the 5. Now he comes to the near side, finds a little alley at the 25, and then tumbles forward up near the 35. Nice return by Brown to the 34-yard line, and that's where LSU will start. First down and 10 for their first possession of the night. Bud Light, fans, proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Harlem Berry again will get the start at running back, coming off a fine performance. He and Caden Durham ran the ball effectively last week. Coach Wilson telling us on Thursday night he really thought the offensive line performed well, got better as the game went along. Van Buren going to start on first down, and a toss coming to Berry near side. Not a lot of room, but he'll get across the 35 and up near the 40 on the toss to the near. It looks like they'll give him 6 yards on the carry before Brackenridge. Anthony Brackenridge, his senior, was able to trip him up. second down and about 4 upcoming. Ball at the LSU 40-yard line as they place it down on the near side hash. Van Buren now will step into the pistol formation. He'll send 2 receivers out wide to the right. Tight end Bauer Sharp to the right of the formation. Van Buren looking to throw. Back pedals, and the pass going to be deflected and nearly intercepted on the tip drill. Luckily, it's incomplete behind the line of scrimmage. And we'll set up 3rd down and 4. Western Kentucky able to get plenty of pressure that time.
Yeah, trying to set up the running back screen that they've had a little bit of success on, certainly over the last couple of weeks with the change of offense coordinator. Certainly been something they've tried to get done, just didn't have it there. Got to throw that one in the dirt.
Trying to convert on this first 3rd down of the ball game. Van Buren steps into the shotgun, motions Trey'Dez Green. Now he'll motion back to the left side. Here's the shotgun snap. Van Buren, late pressure comes. He'll deliver, and it's just out of the reach of Kyle Parker at the 47-yard line. They'll say it's incomplete. Parker thought he was held, but no flags. And that'll set up 4th down and 4. And quickly, after a nice return, not much to show for. 3 and out. They'll punt it away. It'll be Grant Chadwick to handle the punting duties. He'll stand at the 25-yard line. Back deep will be Jarris Mack, 5th-year senior out of Athens, Georgia. Started his career at Charlotte. He'll stand at the 15-yard line for Western Kentucky. 10:54 remaining. Rugby style for Chadwick. He'll angle it high in the air and towards the far side. Fair catch called for at about the 12-yard line, and coming in to field it is Mack, and that's where Western Kentucky will start their second drive after a 48-yard punt with no return from Grant Chadwick. LSU Athletics would like to thank its corporate partners, Cox, McDonald's, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. Let's go down on the field. A Sunshine Sideline Report. Sunshine, your John Deere dealer here in the great state of Louisiana. We talked about it during that first time out, Gordy. This Western Kentucky team, as advertised, they're going to move fast.
Yeah, and I think the pace of it, you're dictating the pace of the football game. There's a lot that Blake Baker simply can't do in terms of rotating Glenn and how creative he can get with some of his packages, which he is known for. So be interesting to see the way Blake and this defense adjust here in the second series.
1st down and 10 at the 12. Rodney Tisdale Jr. takes the snap, drops back 3 steps, pocket holds. He'll fire out to the far side, incomplete. And now a late flag comes out at the 25-yard line. They were looking for Musa Berry. LSU looking around, wondering what that infraction is all about. Again, it looked like maybe a defensive hold, or at least where the flag came from.
Pass interference, defense number 11. The ball would be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
So P.J. Woodland going to be whistled for defensive PI.
Right,
move the ball up to the 21.
How late that was. You're certainly right there.
Yeah, I don't like the call. The receiver stumbled coming out of the cut, and they got tangled. I mean, that's incidental.
1st down and 10 now at the 21 after the infraction. Handoff, and the Hilltoppers try to go on the ground, bouncing off his own man up to the 26-yard line as Marvis Parrish, again, the freshman out of Valdosta, Georgia, played his high school ball at Lowndes County. One of the perennial powers there in South Georgia. Pick up of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5 at the 26. They'll bunch 3 receivers out wide to the right. Ball on the far side hash, and they'll set up the screen. Coming near side, catch at the 24, up across the 30, and up to the 35-yard line is Hutchinson. Hauls in another catch, 9 yards, and Tamarcus Cooley makes the stop. But it picks up a 1st down for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, I mean, look, they are not allowing this LSU defense, like Gordy mentioned, to do the things they want to do. They're going fast, and you're going to have to play a base defense until you figure it out and how you can bring your exotic packages.
5th 1st down of the game. There's 9:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Tisdale looks right now, sprints slowly to his left, throws, and this one nearly intercepted. Is it intercepted? LSU says it is. Western Kentucky says it was trapped, and eventually the officials listen to the Hilltopper staff. P.J. Woodland diving for it, trying to bring it in, but they'll say he did not catch it cleanly, so it will set up 2nd down.
Yeah, see the replay. I mean, he felt certain that he got his hands underneath that. I mean, they're pretty much all off the field. If we're getting our first look at it, it definitely looked like the tip hit the ground there.
So again, they'll line up 2nd down and 10 from their own 35-yard line. They lead 3-0 over LSU. Tight formation here for the Hilltoppers. A handoff and running straight ahead, a little off the left edge to the 39 is going to be Lavelle Wright. Cooley and Keys there to make the tackle again for LSU. We hit 9 minutes and 30 seconds remaining first quarter. Pick up of 4 yards, just shy of their own 40. It'll be 3rd down and 6, and the LSU defense facing a Bingo Pest product 3rd down, trying to stop this Hilltopper team that right now has been able to get to LSU territory in their first drive. They're about 11 yards, 12 yards shy of doing it again here on their second drive. Tisdale moves to his left. Now here comes pressure, and he'll just fall down back at the 32-yard line. Jack Pyburn was breathing down his neck along with Ahmad Bro, and it almost looked like he just kind of fell down before they reached, but they'll pick up the sack. That sack brought to you by Train. Hard to stop the Tigers and hard to stop a Train. So a big stop on 3rd down will force the first punt for Western Kentucky on the night.
Yeah, it was a really good job of staying disciplined even in your rush lanes there. You didn't allow the quarterback to step up in the pocket. You had multiple guys that knew exactly where the mark was for the quarterback.
Cole Maynard puts this punt in the air, takes a bounce for the Tigers at the 29, and will be down by the Hilltoppers at around the 32-yard line. So a 36-yard punt leads us into a timeout with 8:19 remaining first quarter. Tigers get the football for the second time tonight. They trail Western Kentucky here in the first quarter, 3-0. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Tiger fans, this is Bob McLaren with 44 Farms. We're so honored that you're enjoying our 44 Farms Tiger Dogs in Tiger Stadium. Did you know we've been turning meals into celebrations since 1909? You can do the same by visiting 44steaks.com. Go Tigers! 44 Farms, proud partners of LSU Athletics.
From Shreveport to New Orleans, from Baton Rouge to the Bayou, Louisiana's got your number. Introducing the new area code scratch-offs from the lottery. 318-504-225-985 and 337. 5 tickets, 5 chances to win up to $50,000. So what are you waiting on, Louisiana? Rep your code and let the good times roll. Louisiana Lottery, giving you a reason to dial. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
It's game on, Tiger fans. From the backyard to the bayou, the Ford F-150 with available Pro Power onboard gives you the power of a mobile generator. So as long as you've got a TV and a signal, you don't have to miss another game. Just one more reason why Ford F-Series has been the best-selling truck in America 48 straight years. Ford F-150 and your Southern Quality Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Let the good times roll.
In Louisiana, we love our LSU Tigers. When the band strikes up those 4 iconic notes, the fans go wild. At Louisiana Blue, we're Tiger fans too. That's why we've teamed up with LSU Athletics to bring you the compassion of the cross and security of the shield, so you're free to wear your stripes and roar. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue, Louisiana True.
Proud partner of LSU Athletics.
This is LSU Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
8:19 remaining first quarter. Western Kentucky leading 3-0. Tigers defense gets a stop, forces the punt, and the Tigers take possession for the second time tonight. Fans, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana, proud to be the official health insurance of LSU Athletics. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Well, the Tigers start again, Jacob. Pretty good field position after a short punt. They'll start 1st and 10 at the 31. They started at the 34. Their opening possession after a nice return by Barryon Brown after the kickoff, but didn't move the football much. We'll see what the second possession holds for the Tigers. 1st and 10 at the 31. Van Buren in the shotgun. Harlem Berry on a wing to his left, high on the snap, but handled by Van Buren. The toss again to Berry, coming near side. Hit once, stays upright, and then makes his way to the 34 before being stopped there by the Hilltopper defense. A pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 upcoming for LSU.
Yeah, I know it doesn't look like a lot, but those are things that keep you on schedule. It's a nice 3-yard run on 1st down. You get a 2nd down opportunity here. You're still ahead of the chains there. I like the patience from Berry.
Two receivers out wide to the right. Now Xavier Thomas with orbit motion, but movement up front. Harrison jumps on that defensive front and runs right into
Offside. Defense number 13. In the neutral zone with contact.
DJ Chester.
5-yard penalty.
So that was an easy call for the officials. Our crew chief tonight, Steve Marlowe. Umpires Rodney Lawary, and our replay official, Jordan Craddock, along with collaborative replay back in Birmingham in the SEC office. So it'll be second down and about 2 here for the Tigers. After the penalty, the handoff going to go to Durham. He's hit hard as he got to the 40 right side and falls forward. Looks like he got a positive spot from that far side judge, and it will be a Louisiana Blue first down for the Fighting Tigers.
That's a pretty good individual effort from Caden Durham there. You had a couple of Tigers that allowed a Western Kentucky guy to get right behind that initial surge there and hit Durham really unblocked. It's a nice job of falling forward for the first down.
So now 1st and 10, ball up at the LSU 41. They scrimmage from the far side hash now as Van Buren will move Durham to his right hip. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Van Buren will give to Durham. Durham breaks 1 tackle and then tripped up, falls forward as he explodes through the defensive front. Just got hit low and falls forward to about the 44. We'll see Harlem Berry check back in. Durham will check out. 6:42 on the first quarter clock. 2nd down and 7 upcoming with the ball at the 44-yard line. Western Kentucky with a 36-yard field goal. They lead early 3-0. Brown going to motion left to right. Here's the snap. We'll give the sweep coming back to Brown near side. Brown across the 45 up near the 49-yard line before Lewis knocks him down. Pick up of 5 yards. No, I'll say 4 yards. I thought he'd gotten a little closer to the 49. They're going to place it at the 48. So still 3rd and manageable here for LSU, trying to improve that 3rd down efficiency. They're 0 for 1 so far tonight. Berry will stay in at running back. Kyle Parker out wide to the right. Tradez Green will motion right to left. Xavier Thomas, the wide out to the left side. The give to Berry, and he's cut down and going to be shy. Maybe only got back to the line of scrimmage before Jalen Wester, the leading tackler for the Hilltoppers, comes up, makes a solid tackle. And it looks like the punt unit is about to come onto the field here on 4th and 3 from the 48-yard line. And you can hear some groans from the Tiger fans who thought maybe try to go for it here, but I get it. 4th down and 3. The last thing you want to do on a team that's had some success quickly like Western Kentucky, make them work the distance of the field. So let's see if Chadwick can pin them back. Mack is back deep for the Hilltoppers. Chadwick puts it high into the air. It'll take a bounce at the 3 and on into the end zone for a touchback after a 52-yard punt. And the Hilltoppers will start 1st and 10 after a timeout on the field. 5:03 remaining. Still 3-0 Western Kentucky. Hilltoppers have the football when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
I'm Richard Funk, president of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation. My brother and I grow rice, soybeans, and raise crawfish on our farm in Evangeline Parish. For a 4th-generation farmer like myself, Louisiana Farm Bureau is as much a part of my life as checking traps or harvesting rice. Our organization is more than 145,000 members strong, and we've been around for more than 100 years. The Louisiana Farm Bureau spans generations, and we want you to join our family.
Visit lafarmbureau.org. The Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Get ready, Tiger fans. Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
For him, it wasn't the cancer that almost took his life. It was an infection his body wasn't strong enough to fight. Antibiotic resistance is a global crisis targeting those who are already vulnerable and claiming over 1 million lives each year. But an LSU discovery is changing the game. Our unique biotech starves bacteria, stops growth, and gives the body a chance to heal. Because behind every breakthrough is a life worth saving.
Your home for Fighting Tiger football. This is the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
5:03 remaining here in the first quarter. Western Kentucky still holding on to a 3-0 lead. Tigers been unable to really move the football and really find any rhythm, Jacob. And a lot of that, a little surprising. Western Kentucky able to find some holes in that offensive front, really disrupting the run game and coming after Michael Van Buren. No chance to really set up and look downfield either.
Yeah, there was a couple of unblocked guys there in the run game. Pretty good running plays if you stick to your assignment and you get your assignment done there. So LSU going to have to make sure that next drive that they account for all 11 and not just 10 of those Hilltoppers.
So again, it'll be Western Kentucky, 1st down and 10. They start from their own 20. Tisdale looking to throw, and again does. One-arm grab on a bullet thrown to the far sideline. Excellent job by Marvis Parrish just to get his hand on it. Not hands, but hand. Able to scoop it back in. He does pick up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7 at the 23. Parrish will stay in on a wing to the left side of Tisdale. He'll give him the carry, and this time Parrish again straight ahead, crosses the 25, up just beyond the 26, picks up another 3 yards before Dylan Carpenter makes the stop for LSU. And it'll be 3rd down and about 4 here for Western Kentucky, and they're also looking for their first conversion on 3rd down. They're 0 for 2 so far tonight. Parrish will stay in, again the freshman out of Valdosta, Georgia. 2 receivers left, 1 out wide to the right, ball center of the field. Tisdale this time unloads, and his receiver didn't see it up at the 45-yard line. That one got on him quickly, almost looked like he was trying to swat it away. Henry was the intended receiver, and just as he turned his head around, as there's a flag on that far sideline.
That's number 97. In the neutral zone at the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. Results in the 1st down.
What would have been 4th and 4. Now the infraction by Dylan Carpenter will give Western Kentucky new life and a fresh set of downs up across the 30, just shy of the 31.
Guys, first time all 3 weeks right now. As Witt has jumped out to that star position where Harold usually plays.
1st down and 10 at the 31 after the penalty. Tisdale motions a receiver in Mack. They'll hand it off, and Parrish got hit behind the line, and here come the Tigers to bring him back. They'll give him forward progress to the 30, but he loses a yard. Patrick Payton was there to put a hat on him first. That'll set up 2nd down and put him behind the chain, 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, the Hilltoppers not great at running the football, 92nd in the country coming in, but they're trying, Chris, to establish the run. They're not going away from it.
Tisdale slings it far side, now making a good move at the 35 and getting extra yards up to the 38-yard line. There's going to be Noah Myers, the tight end. Wes Weeks credited with the tackle. But again, Tisdale puts a lot on those throws, and he's got kind of a 3/4 arm slot. Zips it in there quickly. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Another Bingo Pest Product 3rd down effort here for LSU. They desperately need. Ball at the 38-yard line. Tisdale, a little sprint out to his right. Looks downfield. Pressure coming in, and he will toss this one into the LSU sidelines. Good coverage downfield. Nowhere to go with the football. He throws it away. It'll be 4th and 3, and on comes the punt unit for Western Kentucky.
LSU's defense, look, they've given up a lot on 1st and 2nd down, but when it's mattered on 3rd down, and remember, Chris, this is a Western Kentucky offense that's been really good. They're 19th in the country in 3rd down conversion rate, so nice job by the LSU defense getting off the field.
We'll see Cole Maynard again, the senior out of Mooresville, North Carolina, his 2nd punt of the night. Takes the snap, lets it go from the 27-yard line of his own. Coming up As Thomas takes a bounce, he'll grab it on a bounce at the 21 and then is dropped immediately there. With about 4 Hilltoppers in the vicinity. Brave play, but he holds on, keeps possession. It'll be first down and 10 at the 21 after a 42-yard punt. Fans, it's hard to stop a train, but easy to afford one. At TrainSouth.com, find an air conditioning and heating dealer and special offers. TrainSouth.com, proud partner of LSU Athletics. So LSU now trying to get some rhythm offensively. Gordy mentioned it. Jacob, you talked about it. Right now, Western Kentucky having a lot of success disrupting things right at the point of attack. See if the Tigers can adjust here at the offensive line as well as the offensive play calling, trying to get some rhythm going as they'll open up in the pistol formation. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Again, a high snap, but handled by Van Buren. Going to give off to Barry. Barry got to the second level, took a tough shot at about the 29-yard line, but a good pickup of 8 yards on first down. Jalen Lewis, the safety, came up to make the hit. It'll be second down and 2 for LSU. Ball up at the 29.
Yeah, it's a really nice run by the young running back. A lot of young running backs would have tried to press that edge because it looked like it was open. Maybe you get 3 yards. He puts his foot in the ground, goes north and south, and picks up 8 for the Tigers on first down.
Second down and 2 at the 29. Brown out wide to the right. Chris Hilton in the slot to the right side. They motion Thomas at the snap. Van Buren rolling out to his right, throws, and going down to make. Oh, he couldn't hold on, was Green at the 40-yard line. Throw was a little low. Of course, straight as Green, standing at 6'7", had to go down to try to get it. Dave Herrard was on coverage, but it's incomplete. It'll set up third down and 2 here for the Tigers.
Yeah, Van Buren actually probably had a crease there to be able to put his foot in the ground and pick up the first down there. Try to fit a kind of a tight window there, and I know he's been patient over the last couple of weeks throwing the football, but that's one you like to just see him pick up the first down.
Working under center, and they'll toss again to Barry, trying to get to the near side edge. Crosses the 30 and then forced out of bounds at the 31, and he picks up the first down as Kent Robertson a little late getting over there at cornerback, but eventually puts him out of bounds. But Barry picks up the first down on the third sweep we've seen on the toss to the LSU running back. Louisiana Blue first down. We'll keep it going for LSU with 2:03 clock moving first quarter, trailing Western Kentucky 3-0. First and 10 now at the 31-yard line. In the pistol set, here's the snap to Van Buren. The give going to be Durham. He'll try to stretch it far side. It gets to the 35 and then pulled down from behind. Made it to the 36-yard line, picks up 5. That's Jalen Wester again, a very good linebacker, covering a lot of grass out there. And the senior out of Palmetto, Florida, transferred into Western Kentucky after some time at FAU and Colorado. It'll be second down and 5 at the LSU 36-yard line.
Well, you don't have to wonder what LSU's plan was coming in, Chris. I mean, they are trying to establish the run, to say the least. Very dynamic in the run game as well. Multiple guys with multiple different running schemes.
Van Buren will send one wide receiver out wide to the left. Looking that way, gets it to Thomas, caught at the 43 near side, and then bounced out of bounds at the 46. He'll pick up 10 yards, a Louisiana Blue first down. Kent Robinson again there on the tackle for Western Kentucky. Third first down for the Tigers here. So far in the first quarter, we got under a minute to go, 55 seconds and counting. LSU huddling up here. Ball placed on the near side hash at the 46-yard line of their own. Caden Durham back in at running back. Tigers consistently going with the 1-2 punch with Barry and Durham. 2 wide to the left. Fake the handoff. Van Buren steps up in the pocket. Now slides to his left. Throws on the run. Got a man open. Thomas at the 36-yard line near side. Backpedals his way out of bounds, but he picks up 18 yards and a Louisiana Blue first down for your Fighting Tigers into Western Kentucky territory.
That's a really nice job by Caden Durham. So Western Kentucky brought the nickel off the edge. Caden Durham going through his playmate, comes across the formation and does a nice job in pass protection and allows Van Buren to step up and complete that pass to Thomas.
Thomas out wide to the right now. They'll put Hilton in the slot to the left. Barry on Brown out wide to the left. Durham, the toss to Caden. Goes right, cuts back left, has a seam inside the 35, down inside the 30, stopped just shy of the 29 and a gain of 6 yards. Nice decision by Durham that time. Wanted to go a little farther to the right, but saw that they had Western Kentucky pinned towards the boundary, cut back to his left. And a nice pickup will set up 2nd down and 4 as the first quarter comes to an end. Western Kentucky, after 15 minutes, leads over LSU 3-0. But the Tiger offense picking up some steam. We'll take a timeout, return for second quarter action after this. Our score, Western Kentucky 3, LSU 0 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, college football fans. I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and a nice cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
BRQ Seafood and Barbecue is your ultimate destination for food, fun, and an unforgettable experience. Come enjoy our daily specials or indulge in our brunch every Saturday and Sunday. Planning an event? Choose to have BRQ cater your event or host your gathering on our outdoor patio, the backyard. Plus, as the official catering services of LSU Athletics, we are the top choice for your game day celebrations and special events. Join us at BRQ Seafood and Barbecue, where food, fun, and unforgettable moments await.
Something new is happening at Cox. Now the price of your Cox internet and mobile plan won't go up for 3 years, and Wi-Fi equipment is included. So no frustrating price changes, just a lot more of what you want, like a pizza with extra pineapple. Yikes. Okay, let's stick with something everyone wants. No price changes on your plan, guaranteed. Learn more at cox.com/value. Must have at least 500 megabits per second speeds and Cox Unlimited mobile taxes and fees excluded from price guarantee. Mobile data speeds reduced after 20 gigs usage per month.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU. We return to second quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by Dudley DeBosier on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
After one quarter, 3-0 Western Kentucky, a 36-yard field goal. That's all that separates these teams through the first 15 minutes of action. LSU looking at 2nd down and 4. Again, playing on the Hilltopper side of the field for the first time tonight in their third possession of the game. Let's take a look at the first quarter stats brought to you by Hancock Whitney. For Western Kentucky, 6 first downs, 26 yards on the ground, 55 through the air for a total of 81 yards and 3 points. For LSU, 4 first downs, 32 yards on the ground, combining with Berry and Durham. 35 yards through the air. Michael Van Buren so far 3 for 6 for those 32 yards. And 67 yards total offense for your Tigers. They'll switch sides of the field. LSU now will attack towards the south end zone. Ball on the near side hash as we start second quarter action. 2nd down and 4. Ball placed at the Hilltopper 30-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive. Van Buren stands in the shotgun. Juwan Johnson at tailback. Fake the sweep. Van Buren going to go up top towards the end zone and overthrown. And then we got a late flag coming out. Looked like Barryon Brown may have tackled the defender. That may be offensive pass interference. Varian Cole was on coverage, and they saw the football first. They just jetted past Barryon Brown as the throw was towards the back of the end zone.
Pass interference. Offense number 6. 15-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It's unfortunate for Barryon Brown. Again, that throw was not going to be catchable for anybody. But I guess since he turned his head, did not see where the ball was, he said, I'm not going to give you a chance. So he just pulled him down from behind.
Yeah, and Michael Van Buren took an absolute shot on that play from a defensive tackle. That one is certainly one that he's going to feel tomorrow. Tried to stay in there and deliver the football. It certainly sailed on him, Chris, once he tried to get it past the defensive lineman that was bearing down on him.
Hey, guys, real quick, DJ Chester in at center. Braylon Moore is in the locker room. Foot, I'm hearing questionable, possibly out. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Oh, tough break there for the Tigers. The veteran center, Braylon Moore. Keep a check on that. Van Buren throwing, going to be intercepted at the 40-yard line, near side, just inside the numbers. Had a receiver down around the 30. Not sure who he was looking for, but it was underthrown, and Harper Holloman, the defensive end, just stepped in and took it away. And Western Kentucky, with the first takeaway of the game, comes at the 14:47 mark here in the second quarter. Again, want to see that one again.
Yeah, he never saw Holloman there. He was trying to go to Xavion Thomas, just curling up right there on his right-hand side. He did not see the defensive lineman that was playing zone coverage there and dropped late.
First interception here at LSU for Michael Van Buren. George Hart running back in the pistol formation as Tisdale lines up. Western Kentucky 1st and 10 at midfield. Tisdale throwing down the far side in the fingertips, but dropped at the 25-yard line by K.D. Hutchinson. Just got a little separation. Tisdale put it right there in his hands, but he couldn't hold on. Luckily, it's incomplete. Sets up 2nd down and 10 from midfield.
Yeah, that was about to be an explosive play for the Hilltoppers, to say the least there. You just got beat in coverage, and you had the sideline, started to really try to make a move on the safety coming over before he caught the football. Fortunate for the LSU Tigers.
Coach Eldon, got to believe, boy, you only get so many opportunities for those type of plays in these type of games, and that one will hurt. Let's see if it hurts the Hilltoppers long term. Here's a quick screen, and down to the 45 on a 6-yard gain is Hutchinson again. This time he hauls it in, and A.J. Halsey trips him up for the stop. But it will be 3rd and manageable here for the Hilltoppers, leading 3-0. 3rd and 5 from the LSU 45-yard line. Ball middle of the field. Tisdale steps into the shotgun. He's got a single back in George Hart to his left. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tisdale all day in the pocket. Throws across the middle. Catch made inside the 40 at the 38 by Matthew Henry, and they'll pick up the 1st down as A.J. Halsey was on coverage and makes the tackle, but a pickup of 7 yards.
Yeah, trying to see exactly, because you had 2 receivers in the same area. It looked like LSU even got confused trying to cover both in the same area.
Pump fake by Tisdale in the pocket. Now scrambles to his right. Pressure comes. Flag comes out as he throws this one into the Hilltopper sideline. Incomplete.
On the pressure.
That one thrown in the defensive backfield near side with the play going to the far side. So we'll see what it's about.
Holding. Defense number 46. 10-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
Now the penalties now starting to add up early here for LSU. That's their 4th penalty for 39 yards. And we still have 13:38 remaining second quarters. Tylen Singleton going to be flagged for defensive holding.
1st and 10,
That'll give the Hilltoppers a 1st and 10, move them deeper into territory now at the LSU 28. Tisdale again moves his back from right to left. Bunch 3 receivers tight to the formation. They set up the pass to the running back, but Hart never saw it. Another radio ball went right in front of his face mask, and he was turning his head, so luckily incomplete.
Yeah, and again, LSU's pretty fortunate because you had a running back that was open. Now, they very easily could have called an OPI on a little bit of a pick play there, but Devon Keys got stuck on a receiver and very easily could have ended in the end zone for the Hilltoppers.
2nd down and 10, 2 wide to the right, 2 to the left, single back to the left side of Tisdale. 2 steps, he fires on the slant. It's broken up, incomplete, and no flags. Looking for Jarius Mack. Deshaun Spears with smothering coverage, got his hand in there to break it up. It'll be 3rd down and 10 now at the LSU 28-yard line.
10 yards to go.
So now the LSU defense going to try to stiffen up here. Field goal range for John Cannon. He hit a 49-yarder against Sam Houston State earlier in the year. Tisdale looks to the far sideline, sends 3 receivers right. Ball on the near side hash, so the wide side of the field with the 3 receiver set. Tisdale, 3 steps. Another step, fires across the middle, wide open middle of the field inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. They'll get down to the 16 and a 1st down on a 12-yard pickup to Cameron Flowers. And this Tisdale last week threw for 371 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he uses every receiver basically on the roster, and so far he's been using all of them. He's hit 6 different receivers so far and still early in the second quarter. So now first down and 10, ball at the LSU 16 as the Hilltoppers attack inside the red zone. This time Tisdale going to keep, cut back to his right, get to the 15, just shy of the 14-yard line before Amar Bro will bring him down.
Yeah, look, this Hilltopper offense, that's kind of what they do. We talked about it at the onset here. It's not just receivers and tight ends. I mean, they get 3 different running backs involved as well. They spread the wealth there. It's not going to be just one guy coming at you.
Second down and 9, just inside the LSU 15-yard line. Single back to the right and Lavelle Wright. Tisdale calls for the snap, fakes the toss, stands in the pocket, now decides to eject and run. Up the near side hash inside the 10, dropped at the 9-yard line, picks up 4 yards. He'll be shy of the first down, but a little deeper inside LSU territory now. Devon Keys was there to make the tackle for LSU. It'll be third down and 3. Ball marked at the LSU 9.
We'll see if LSU tries to bring pressure. They did the last third down. Western Kentucky able to pick it up and deliver the ball down the field.
Tisdale's favorite receiver thus far, K.D. Hutchinson, in the slot to the right side. Shotgun snap. Tisdale looks left, looks back across the middle, sidearm throw, and he's finding Hutchinson, who slides down at the 6-yard line, very close to the first down, and it will be first and goal now for the Hilltoppers with 11:36 to go here in the second quarter. They lead 3-0.
Yeah, Devon Keys a step slow here in the early portion of the game. You saw it in the last play with a quarterback run, kind of a little late to engage there, a little late in coverage. I'd like to see him recognize what that route concept is and get to his coverage lane a little bit quicker.
Barry out wide to the right for the Hilltoppers. Henry in the slot to the right side. Tight ends to the left. Single back to the right of Tisdale, who takes the snap, looking to throw on a slant, and it's incomplete down at the 2-yard line. He was looking for Musa Berry again. Jakeem Jackson, the redshirt sophomore out of Kissimmee, Florida, on the coverage for LSU. That'll set up second down, goal to go from the 6 for the Hilltoppers with 11:02 and the clock stopped momentarily.
Yeah, where LSU's been so good, Mansour Delane's been able to just play man coverage down here on the goal line with him apparently out for this game. It kind of changes the game plan a bit.
Looks like we're going to get a direct snap to Marvis Parrish, the running back. He'll take the snap. He's looking to throw. He's going to throw to the quarterback. Tisdale hit him in the hands at the 1, and he dropped it. Incomplete. What would have been an easy score. LSU, you could sense, was feeling like Parrish was going to take the direct snap and run, but he immediately put his foot down to throw, and Tisdale was wide open at the 1-yard line, hitting right in the hands, and that's why they say he's a quarterback.
That's right. I mean, there wasn't a Tiger close to Tisdale, the quarterback there. Very fortunate. Let's see if they are able to stop him with some new life here in Tiger Stadium.
So the Hilltoppers are going to burn a timeout here to talk it over. Some of the players not happy. They were ready to line up. Hutchinson, one of those who lined up in the slot to the right side. But Coach Helton wanting to talk it over here on third down, goal to go from the 6. His timeout presented by Coshada. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. Timeout on the field. 10:58 remaining second quarter. 3-0 Western Kentucky leads. They look at third down or third and goal from the LSU 6 when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Squeeze every ounce of life out of every day. Memorize every sunset, every face you love, and climb every obstacle until you can't go higher. With Louisiana Blue, you're free to soar because you've got the compassion of the cross, the security of the shield, and the comfort of blue behind you. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue. Louisiana True.
Second quarter action continues. Presented by Dudley DeBosier. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
Relatively slow-moving second quarter. Still 10:58 remaining. Western Kentucky leading LSU 3-0. Tiger fans were honored to serve 44 Farms Tiger Dogs in Tiger Stadium. To enjoy their premium Angus beef at home, visit 44steaks.com. Go Tigers, 44 Farms, proud partner of LSU Athletics. Well, the Hilltoppers burn a timeout there on third down, goal to go from the LSU 6. We'll see what they dial up here as they break from the huddle. Ball on the near side hash. Hilltoppers 3 for 6 on third down. They'll flank two backs to each side of Tisdale. Two receivers right, one to the left. Now they'll motion one of the backs. They'll hand it off. He's looking to throw. Gets to the 10-yard line. Cuts back to his left. Now still looking to throw. We'll throw it to Tisdale, who dives and holds on inside the 5. Let's see. Did they say he made the catch? He did, down to the 4-yard line. But LSU not fooled on the play. Cameron Flowers was the motioning back. He got the ball, went to the right side, and then wanted to throw in the right corner. That was covered up. He looked back, went to his left, and then threw back to Tisdale, who again was open. And that time he's able to hold on, but falls forward.
Yeah, that had some chaotic energy to that play.
Patrick
There's
Wright,
a lot going on.
Patrick Wright just said it. That was a lot tougher catch to come up with than the one he dropped a moment ago. It'll be 4th down and goal at the 4. The Hilltoppers on the road. They're going to go for it. Tisdale takes the snap and play halted. Flags everywhere. Nope, they get a timeout. Looked like the official had halted the play and was due to another timeout. So
Western Kentucky, their second of the half.
Burn their second timeout of the half, presented by Coushatta. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coushatta Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet.
So Jacob, for those asking, Tamar's Cooley is eligible to play. He's been standing this series with his helmet in his hand. Mansour Delane does not. Mansour Delane does not have this helmet, so for me, it doesn't look like he's going to play. He's in the huddle right now, no helmet, but this has just been a coach's decision with Spears playing at that other safety position opposite A.J. Halsey.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I mean, Tamarcus Cooley's been a staple of this LSU defense all season long, and he's been somebody, that the last couple of weeks has certainly shown up and been, a big part of what LSU's been able to do. So it's an interesting decision, and just kind of wondering maybe what's going into that. Tamarcus just being kind of a leader in that defensive backfield.
33 yards rushing so far for Western Kentucky, but here inside, deep inside the red zone, they're still relying on the passing attack. George Hart will check in at running back here on 4th down, goal to go from the LSU 4. Ball again on the near side hash as Tisdale takes the snap, looks right, looks center, now fires, and it's incomplete. Throws it to the back of the end zone, and a turnover on downs. He was looking for Matthew Henry, but the throw well off the mark. And the Tigers with another very important stand deep in their own territory will turn them away and take possession here with 10:05 remaining second quarter.
Yeah, it's not something that's really going to show up on the stat line there, but a nice job of the defensive tackles having rush integrity and then not allowing the quarterback Tisdale to step up and run that football in.
Looks like they were calling for a official timeout, but we're still waiting to see if that's indeed what they're going to call. They do not have the clock out there on the field as of yet. The officials are talking to the Red Hats.
Yeah, we do not have an official timeout, so I'm not sure what's going on here. The White Hats stepping in. There's some sort of presentation. Here we go. So they are going to stop play, and we'll have a timeout.
All right, so it is a timeout after the turnover on downs. LSU's defense stiffens up inside the 10. And LSU will have it 1st down and 10 at their own 4 when we return. Again, it's a 3-0 Western Kentucky lead over LSU. Tigers looking to find some points when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted experts for all your home service needs. With over 35 years of dedicated service, we prioritize your comfort and satisfaction. As an official partner of LSU Athletics, we bring our expertise to every game, from installations to repairs. Our team delivers honest pricing with no surprises. Call us today at 225-777-8888 and experience the difference with Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Go Tigers!
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU. We return to second quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by Dudley DeBosier on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Well, the air raid attack of Western Kentucky comes up short inside the LSU 10-yard line, turned away on 4th down and goal. And LSU will take back possession, trailing 3-0. To the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. Still 10:05 remaining here in the second quarter. I keep looking up at the clock, Jacob. It's like we haven't got the single digits in minutes yet. It's been a very slow second quarter. And again, some of that due to the fact Western Kentucky has had quite a time of possession thus far on nearly 12.5 minutes. And they've attempted 21 pass attempts so far, including virtually all of those inside the red zone. LSU takes over 1st and 10 from their own 4 when we get back underway. FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, proud to be LSU's championship health partner fans. Together, LSU and Our Lady of the Lake Health, champions for Louisiana. Together we roar. Learn more at OLOLRMC.com/LSU. Tigers break from the huddle. The line over the football. 1st down and 10 at their own 4. Out of the pistol set. Van Buren takes the snap about 3 yards deep. Hands it off. It'll be Harlem Berry, hit low, stays upright, crosses the 10, makes his way near the 11-yard line. So we got an offensive lineman slow to get up for LSU, and that's Ori Williams, who had an excellent game last week, the redshirt freshman out of San Marcos, Texas. And he's going to lay back down after trying to get back up. The trainers will come out and take a look at him here. Clock stopped with 9 minutes and 47 seconds.
So, I mean, that's certainly going to be something that LSU is going to have to figure out, because already on that series, you had the guy who started at right tackle playing left tackle. You had your backup center in, and you also had your backup right tackle from who started the game in on that series. And so we'll see if Karius Kern comes back in and maybe goes to left tackle. You keep Weston Davis at right tackle, but there's been a lot of movement already with Moore out for the game and a boot on the sideline.
Yeah, and as Gordy told us, Braylon Moore not in the game, and he is the leader of this offensive line. And now you have Ori Williams having to be helped off. He's on his own power mostly, but still very gingerly making his way to the sideline. They put 9:51 on the clock. Pretty good pickup there on the ground. 7 yards, get them out of the shadow of their own end zone. It'll be 2nd down and 3 now at the LSU 11.
The LSU's got to put something together here. They've actually, Chris, they've been good on 1st down. It hasn't been a 1st down issue. It's really been 2nd down that they haven't been able to stay on schedule to pick up some 1st downs.
Weston Davis now will take over at right tackle. And Van Buren sprinting out to his right, throws, going up to grab it. Trey Green up at the 25-yard line, pulled down at the 30. 19-yard reception and a Louisiana Blue 1st down for the Fighting Tigers. Miller Malone was on coverage, but no chance. Michael Van Buren, Jacob, did a great job putting the ball high where only Trey Green at 6'7" could go up and get it.
That's a nice job. Look, when you have a weapon like that, allow him to go make a play, throw it back shoulder, and that's what Trey Green's really good at, makes a great adjustment, and that's staying on schedule on 2nd down.
Bauer Sharp in the slot to the left, along with Chris Hilton as Van Buren looks quickly to his left, comes back to his right, and fires a bullet at the 35 and up to the 40-yard line is Destin Hill. Hill injured throughout most of this season. Makes a great grab, a 12-yard pickup. There's a Hilltopper slow to get up on the near side. Looks like number 17, Dave Herrard, former Virginia Cavalier, going to be looked at now by the training crew, but LSU converts another first down. 1st and 10 now up at the LSU 42 as play halted with 8:52 to go here in the second quarter.
I don't know if you saw, Jacob, that's the second time they ran that zone blitz, and 44, the defensive end, was looking up that slant. Thankfully, there was enough width in the wide receiver's alignment that he couldn't get there in time, but they know what LSU's doing here.
Yeah, they certainly do, and you're right, Gordy. I mean, you're lucky Van Buren decided to go with the four-seam fastball in that throw, too, because if that pass wasn't a bullet, Holloman had another great opportunity dropping in that zone coverage, and so that's something they got to be careful about. You've already had one turnover. If you want to have something off of it, maybe even a little slug over something on the outside to try and hit them from making that play, but if you do that consistently, they're going to have another interception.
So Herrard helped to the far sideline for the Hilltoppers.
Williams, by the way, he's in the tent. They're going to rewrap that ankle. He's probable to come back.
Good news there. Another Sunshine Sideline report presented by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer. 1st down and 10 at the 42. Tigers line up 4 receivers off the line, including Caden Durham. He'll be in there to pass block. Here's Van Buren sprinting out to his left. Now Van Buren will tuck and run. He's up across midfield into positive territory before being banged out of bounds at about the 48 of Western Kentucky. Jalen Wester eventually able to get over there and get a hit on Michael Van Buren. Pickup of 10. It'll be a Louisiana Blue first down. Now with the ball marked at the Western Kentucky 48-yard line.
It's a nice job of not trying to force anything there. And look, they've had that play there a couple of times tonight, and Van Buren's tried to extend the play and find something through the air. But nice job picking up a first down with his legs there.
Van Buren going to motion Thomas right at the snap. Flip it out to Thomas near side, trying to make a man miss. Does. Back to the line of scrimmage and then slung down to the 46-yard line. Right on the numbers by Jalen Lewis.
Yeah,
Thomas made a good move to get a couple of yards.
He did. I mean, he at least got back and picked up some positive yards. That's just a tough play. I mean, it's a tough throw for the quarterback. I mean, you catch that thing, Chris, 5-6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You got no blockers in front of you, and luckily you had a guy make an individual effort to at least pick up 2 yards.
2nd down and 8. Now at the Western Kentucky 46. Pistol formation. Van Buren going to give to Durham. Stretches it near side. Got some yards to the 45 before being planted into the LSU sideline by Ivarian Cole. The App State transfer with the stop. 1 yard pickup there by Durham. It'll be 3rd and 7 now at the 45 with 7:04 clock moving second quarter. 3-0 Western Kentucky leads.
Yeah, we'll see what LSU does here. Van Buren actually going to the wristband, an old school huddle there. We'll see what LSU is able to dial up. Remember that series last week against Arkansas where everything was up and available.
1 for 3 on 3rd down so far tonight. Van Buren in the shotgun. He's going to motion Trey'Davies Green from left to right. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right side. Now Van Buren going to step up to the line of scrimmage, and then they jumped as the play clock was dwindling down, and it looks like a flag and a false start on LSU upcoming.
False start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't think they were going to get out of that one without a penalty either way. DJ Chester jumping on the left side of that offensive line, but the play clock had hit 0 and there had been no snap. So now it'll be backed up to midfield. That's the 5th penalty of the night against LSU as Juwan Johnson now will check in as the running back to the left side of Van Buren. 3rd and 12 from midfield. Thomas again motions to the left side. He'll take the screen pass. He's got some room to the 45. Punishes a Hilltopper defender and down to the 42-yard line. He picks up 8 yards. So it'll be 4th down and 4 and decision time now for Coach Frank Wilson.
Yeah, I think you got to go here. I mean, you hadn't had any momentum offensively. You've got a drive going. You got to help the defense out, Chris. They got you the ball back, turnover on downs there in the end zone. You got to go for it, and you got to find a way to pick it up.
4th down and 4 at the 42-yard line. The Tigers 27% on fourth down this season. Van Buren in the pocket, throws, and it's going to be incomplete. Looking for Thomas down at the 30-yard line, but a little short arm throw, and he can't pick it up off the grass. And a turnover on downs will give it back to Western Kentucky with 5:45 remaining. They'll have it at their own 42, but first a timeout on the field. Still a 3-0 Western Kentucky lead. LSU Athletics, again, fans would like to thank its corporate partners, Cox McDonald's, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. Hilltoppers get a stop on defense. They lead 3-0. It'll be 1st and 10 Western Kentucky at their own 42 when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
In Baton Rouge, locals don't just love their home, they love sharing it. Discover a city where culture is abundant, hospitality comes natural, and the best spots are never kept secrets. With the vibrancy of a big city and the ease of a weekend getaway, Baton Rouge invites you to slow down, savor, or soak it all in. Find your pace at visitbatonrouge.com.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
Second quarter action continues. Presented by Dudley DeVosier. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
5:45 remains here in the first half. It's a 3-0 Western Kentucky lead over LSU. The Hilltoppers get a stop on fourth down on 4th and 4. They take back possession, 1st down and 10 at their own 42. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear the Tigers roar worldwide. The LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Fans, Dudley DeVosier stands up for the purple and gold. They fight for Tiger fans all across Louisiana. Dudley DeVosier proud to be an official partner of LSU Athletics. The Tiger defense back out on the field. Held Western Kentucky to just 3 points. A 36-yard field goal by John Cannon back in the first quarter is the only score we have tonight. 1st and 10 at the 42. Tisdale in the shotgun. Parrish, the running back. Little late decision. Parrish will get the handoff, trying to go right side. Gets out of a shoestring tackle and able to make his way across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Pick up of 4. A.J. Halsey and Wes Weeks eventually fight to get him out of bounds. His 2nd down and 6 here for the Hilltoppers. Ball at the 46-yard line of their own. They send 3 wide to the left, 2 to the right. So an empty backfield here for Rodney Tisdale Jr. Takes a drop back, slings it near side, but out of reach and incomplete down around the 22-yard line to Musa Berry. A little too much on at that time from Tisdale. That'll set up 3rd down and 6 as P.J. Woodland was on coverage for the Tigers down the near sideline.
Yeah, this is when you got to watch the middle of the field for this Western Kentucky offense. They're really good at the intermediate 7 to 10 yard plays over the middle of the field, trying to get a mismatch with their receiver on either a back or a safety.
3rd down and 6. Bingo Pest Product 3rd down for this LSU defense, who right now show they're coming after Tisdale. Under duress, back foot throw, drops it off, and running up the far sideline, getting the 1st down inside LSU territory to the 47 is going to be Lavelle Wright. He was the escape valve for Tisdale, who was able to avoid the pressure, drop it off. Devon Keys makes the tackle, but a pickup of 6 yards, and it's 1st down and 10 now at the LSU 47.
Keys has to engage sooner. He's got to be able to make that play. He's got to let it go and make that stop behind the line.
Handoff and up the middle, straight ahead to the 45 will be Lavelle Wright. Grad student out of Louisville, Kentucky, transferred in from Austin Peay. And he'll pick up 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Devon Keys and Jacobian Guillory, one of the seniors honored here before tonight's game, on the tackle for the Tigers. 2nd down and 8 from the LSU 45. Little orbit motion from right to left. The handoff once again to Lavelle Wright. This time, flag comes out. He's going to be stood up behind the line, and we'll see what the infraction is all about. It's over on the far sideline at the 45-yard line. That time, no seam for Wright to work in. Looks like it'll go against the Hilltoppers. We'll hear from Steve Marlowe. Who's in no hurry.
I think they're trying to see what Frank Wilson wants to do here. He wants to decline and get to 3rd down.
Illegal motion. Offense number 4. Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
So Coach Wilson will decline the penalty. Cameron Flowers not quite set.
Brings up 8 yards for the Hilltoppers.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8. Ball at the LSU 45. Can the Tigers dig deep again? Bingo best product, 3rd down for this LSU squad. Tisdale in the shotgun and movement up front in the neutral zone. Let's see. Looks like he may have been pulled, but no, they're going to say offsides.
Before the snap, offside. Defense number 88 in the neutral zone with contact. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Another penalty against LSU, this time Bernard Gooden. That'll be their 6th infraction of the night.
He was just anxious, Jacob. He was in the defensive left gap, and he was swimming across to the right A gap in between the center and guard. He jumped too quick.
So that'll make it manageable now. 3rd and 3. Ball at the LSU 40. Tisdale motions the tight end left to right, looking to set up a screen far side to get the throw, and now a fight on the far sideline to get him out of bounds to keep him short of the line to gain. The throw to Matthew Henry. Jakeem Jackson got on him quickly. Let's see where they place it down inside the 40 at about the 38-yard line. So it'll be about 4th and a yard here for Western Kentucky.
That's a nice job by Jackson there. I mean, to be able to hold point and hold on long enough for the Cavalry to kind of get there and make the play and at least set up a 4th down.
Well, the air right now going to go to the I formation. Tisdale under center. A couple of backs behind him. Tight formation on 4th and a yard. They'll throw it out, and the catch made. Cut down. Let's see where they give the spot. He looked like he was hit at about the 38. Fell forward. That time was Parrish. And it looks like he'll be short of the line to gain. Jakeem Jackson again with a great tackle after the catch was made by Parrish. And it looks like the defense will get a turnover on downs for a 2nd time against Western Kentucky.
Man, I don't know if they'll take another look at this, but if this stands, what a job by a player that hasn't played a lot this year, Chris, and he played in the early portion of the season, but getting in there because you got an injury to Delane, he's not on the field. That's 2 back-to-back really winning plays by him.
Great play by Jackson. And LSU will take back possession. 1st down and 10 at the 38. 3:15 to go, 2nd quarter. Still trailing Western Kentucky 3-0. Again, you got the 2-minute timeout coming up in a minute and 15 seconds. Van Buren will bring Johnson to his right hip, take the snap, fire it to Johnson. Johnson tried to grab it with one hand and then lost control. They'll say it's incomplete at the 36-yard line. Again, a little too much on that one. Again, Van Buren trying to get it out quickly to Johnson in the middle of the field. Juwan a little bit in traffic and then tried to grab hold with the right hand, just couldn't hold on. Luckily, it's incomplete.
That's a tough ball play. It's a lot of moving parts, and it's got to be perfect. And you're running an angle screen to a running back that hasn't had a catch tonight. It's just a tough place to put your offense in.
2nd down and 10. Snap to Van Buren. Looking to the near side. Long throw to Trey'Dez Green, who made the catch, then dropped immediately at the 40 on a big hit by Jai Eugene Jr. They pick up 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 8 now for this Tiger offense, which again has struggled mightily so far here in the first half.
Yep. Jai Eugene Sr., a LSU Tiger, national champion.
3 receivers bunch to the left side. Van Buren sprinting that way, throws towards the sideline, making the grab. Kyle Parker stays in bounds, now racing down the far sideline inside the 40, eventually pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line by Nazir Ward. But a 23-yard pickup and a Louisiana Blue first down on the haul by Kyle Parker. Good job of staying in bounds. Had to go right to the boundary to make the catch and then just put on the brakes and then got back to speed quickly. 1st and 10 now at the Western Kentucky 37-yard line. Van Buren takes the snap, looking left. Now will let it go, but overthrown as he was looking down around the 25-yard line for Barryon Brown. Nowhere close. It's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 at the 37 with 2:10 remaining here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Van Buren didn't see it, but Western Kentucky had a bust in coverage. They had nobody for the running back there. It would have been Caden Durham and one Western Kentucky defender who was about 11 yards away from him in a race to the end zone.
2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. The 2-minute timeout coming up. But first, a 2nd down and 10 from the Hilltopper 37-yard line. The screen swing pass coming to Thomas near side. Again, great pursuit by the Hilltoppers. They bring him down at the 36-yard line. Lewis, Jalen Lewis, scanning the field, making the tackle for just a 1-yard gain. That'll set up 3rd down and 9 as we hit the 2-minute timeout here in the second quarter. 3-0. A 36-yard field goal by the Hilltoppers. All that's on the scoreboard here with 2 minutes to play before halftime. LSU looking at a 3rd down and 9 from the Western Kentucky 36. When we come back, hey, Louisiana, multiply your cash. Play 100 times the cash from the lottery. Top prize, $500,000. Multiply your fun and play 100 times the cash today. Must be at least 21 to purchase. We'll be back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
When a person's word was enough. A time when a handshake meant something and integrity really mattered. For over 70 years, the values of Farm Bureau Insurance have been rooted in hard work, faith, and family. In that time, we've seen the world change in many ways. What hasn't wavered is Farm Bureau Insurance's commitment to protect our customers' way of life and serve the communities in which they live when they need us most. You deserve more. You deserve a promise. Learn more at lafarmbureau.com.
The original Louisiana hot sauce is proud to be the official hot sauce of your LSU Tigers. And our peppery peppers add so much flavor to your food, it'll taste good on anything, even SEC rivals. Gator? Chomp chomp. Beef? Hook 'em. Pork? Woo. Pig suey. So next time you're enjoying an LSU game, grab the original Louisiana hot sauce. Handcraft it so you can enjoy our rivals too. That's Louisiana hot. Buy you some.
Hi, this is Chef Kevin Belton for People's Health. If you have diabetes, heart failure, or cardiovascular disorder, and you have Medicare, ask about a People's Health Chronic Condition Special Needs Plan. It's a Medicare plan designed to help with the unique needs that go along with these chronic conditions. Call People's Health today. Your benefits could start as early as next month.
Plans are insured through United Healthcare Insurance Company or one of its affiliated companies, a Medicare Advantage organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in the plan depends on the plan's contract renewal with Medicare.
We return to second quarter action of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by Dudley DeBosier on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
We've got 2 minutes remaining in the first half in Tiger Stadium. Western Kentucky leads LSU 3-0. However, LSU is driving on the Hilltopper 36. Guys, a quick update. Not good news for LSU. Ori Williams has gone back to the locker room. I just got a thumbs down signal. So he is out for the game. It will be Kern at left tackle. So that's 2 starting linemen now with Moore and now Williams out for LSU.
Tough break for the Tigers without question here in the next to last game of the regular season. As Gordy said, with 2 minutes to play, down 3-0. LSU looking at a pivotal 3rd down and 9 from the Western Kentucky 36-yard line. Caden Durham will be the featured back. They'll have 3 receivers to the left. Xavion Thomas just off the formation, short side of the field to the right. Here's the snap to Van Buren. Full house blitz coming, the throw. Green going down low, hauls it in. at the 29-yard line. Going to pick up 7 yards, but going to be short of the line to gain here. Now it looks like officials blowing their whistles. See if somebody called the timeout. Or Caden Durham may have been slow to get up after the play, so it looks like the officials are huddled up at the 30-yard line. That ball placed at the 29, and it will set up a 4th and 1 when we get back to action with 1:47 remaining.
Yeah, if it is short and you're going to go for it, I'd like to see you give your quarterback a two-way option. Over the last couple of weeks, Chris, we've seen them, even going back to the Alabama game with Nussmeier, not even when Van Buren was in the game, right? They had success rolling out the quarterback, putting him on the move. Now, this is tough. You're on the short side. If you roll your quarterback, your right-handed quarterback to the right, but have an option where regardless he can run the football here, kind of give him that two-way go. That's what I'd like to see LSU. And obviously, look, you're in Ramos's range. If you want to try to tie the game up, get any kind of momentum heading into the locker room, and you get the ball as well, that's certainly an option.
Caden Durham again is down just off the LSU sideline, back at around the 41. Training crew taking a look at him here, and as the official Steve Marlowe told us, LSU burned the 30-second timeout because the ball had been placed down before the injury, and Durham going down on the ground trying to make his way to the near sideline. So, again, we've already talked about 2 offensive linemen out for the game, and now you see Caden Durham slow to get up. Now they're going to try to get him to his feet. And we'll get a check on him from Gordy in just a little bit, but LSU now looking at 4th down and a yard to keep this drive going, again with 1:47 to go. And it looks like the offense right now going to stay out there. Western Kentucky with a 4th down stop on that last possession. Tigers need to find a yard here. They got to make it to the 27-yard line. The ball between the 28 and 27, so about a half yard to gain here. In the shotgun is Van Buren. Harlem Berry, the running back. They motion Trades Green left to right. Here comes the snap. Van Buren going to keep sprinting out to his left, trying to stretch. Now we'll toss it to Trades Green, who just makes the grab, crosses the first down sticks, and we'll have a Louisiana Blue first down. Western Kentucky that time a little full. They were trying to give chase on Van Buren, Jacob, and just gave Trades Green a little bit of an opening. He just kind of flipped it ahead.
Look, that's what I was calling for. Give him the option, right? You got the option. He was going to run that ball. Now you had routes, and so you had the ability to throw it as well. That you improvise, right? You kind of shovel pass it to your 6-7 tight end, and you pick a first down.
1st and 10 now at the 25. Tigers looking to find the end zone here. Fake the toss. Van Buren, plenty of time. Throws and out of bounds is Trades Green, who was driven out of bounds about 10 yards back. And the flags come out. That's going to go against the Hilltoppers. Looks like Harper Holloman was trying to keep up down that sideline and eventually said, yeah, you're taller, you're faster, and I'll just put you into the sideline.
Pass interference. Defense number 44. The ball would be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
No surprise, Trades Green, 4 receptions so far tonight. Trying to go back to him. Western Kentucky denied. Picks up the defensive pass interference. And that'll get LSU inside the Capital One red zone for the first time tonight. 1:36 to go here in the first half, down 3-0. Ball placed at the Hilltopper 11-yard line. Ball on the far side hash as they attack towards the south end zone. Jawan Johnson, the running back. 2 receivers right, including Green in the slot. Looking to throw. Van Buren on the slant. Gets it to Green. Green falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Tigers. An 11-yard strike to Trades Green. Instrumental in this drive, and the Tigers take their first lead of the night at the 1:32 mark here in the second quarter. 6-3 with a point after upcoming.
Yeah, look, nice job because you had to have it. The defense, I know they've given up some yards, but when they've had to make a play, they've made the play. They've given you the ball back in some pretty good spots here. And so nice job by the offense. So they almost go the distance of the field and they end in the end zone, which you had to do there. You had to have some momentum, Chris, going into the locker room, and now you get it and you get the ball coming out of the second half.
Trades Green with the reception and the score, his 5th touchdown of the season. Touchdown brought to you by Louisiana Blue, official health insurance of LSU Athletics. Damian Ramos out there for the first time tonight. looking to add one more. A little pause in action here. Not sure what the officials are holding them up for. Both teams at the line of scrimmage just waiting to get set.
Guess you're just taking an extra look at it to see if Trades did, in fact, get in the end zone. Looks like we are good to go now, finally.
So now Ramos will line it up.
Spoke too soon. He stopped it after he gave the go-ahead.
Let's see. Steve Marlowe still talking it over. Chadwick now chirping in the ear, saying, hey, we're set. We're ready to go. We're good. Marlowe now set for play. Waiting on the snap. Here it comes. Placement down. Ramos puts it up, and it is good. LSU finds the end zone. Make it a 7-3 Tiger lead with 1:32 to go in the second quarter. With that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund for student athletes across all sports. Thank you, Allstate. A couple of big plays down the field, a 4th and 1 conversion, and eventually Trades Green from 11 yards out hauls in the catch to make it a 7-3 Tiger lead.
Chris, quick update. King Durham's still in the tent. They're looking at his head, neck, just trying to get some neck rolls, some mobility in there. Took a shot, and he's still in there. I'll keep you up to date.
Thank you, Gordy. Another Sunshine Sideline Report presented by Sunshine, your John Deere dealer here in the great state of Louisiana. Fans want to invite you to come out this coming Monday night, regular season finale of the LSU football radio show, live from TJ Rib, 7 o'clock this coming Monday. Special day and time for the Thanksgiving holiday before the Tigers get ready to head to Norman, Oklahoma late next week for the regular season finale against the Sooners. Here's Aaron Burrell's ensuing kickoff. Going to be fielded about 2 yards deep. They'll take the touchback. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 25. For Western Kentucky, they've got 1:32 as they now trail 7-3. Dudley DeBosier stands up for the purple and gold. They fight for Tiger fans all across Louisiana. Dudley DeBosier proud to be an official partner of LSU athletics.
Now, I think we all know with the air raid offense, oftentimes, 1:32 is an eternity for them. So we'll see how aggressive Western Kentucky gets. I would expect them to be full throttle here on this drive.
Got one timeout remaining. There's Coach Helton and the Hilltoppers as Rodney Tisdale steps back in the shotgun. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left side. He's looking to throw. Late pressure comes, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete over the head and out of bounds up near side at the 45 for Musa Berry. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 25 with 1:28 to go. DJ Pickett, good coverage step for step for the freshman. Tisdale lines up quick again. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. This time they'll go on the ground to George Hart, and he goes nowhere. Actually, the Tigers moving sideways. They'll give him maybe forward progress on a 2-yard pickup. Halsey and Keys were there to stop that play quickly, and now the Tigers going to burn their second timeout of the first half. That timeout presented by Coshada, escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana, Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet.
Yes. That play was kind of weird because I think Western Kentucky was trying to catch LSU off guard. But the problem sometimes, Chris, when you do that is, all right, we're going to snap it. LSU still walking around. But it makes it very difficult for the offense to find where their blocking assignment is because, well, the player's not typically where he's supposed to be. And then becomes kind of a free-for-all. And that's what you saw there. They tried to catch LSU, but they actually caught themselves because LSU was kind of lined up everywhere. And Western Kentucky didn't really know who to block there.
Yeah, again, they've got plenty of time, as you mentioned, with an air raid offense, but they hurt themselves there. And Coach Frank Wilson, season opening, calls the timeout. Still 1:23 to go. And now the Hilltoppers looking at 3rd down and 8 from their own 27-yard line. They're 4 for 9 on the evening. 2 wide to each side and a single back for Tisdale. Low snap, but he handled it. Time in the pocket, throws, and it is incomplete at the 34. Just out of the fingertips of Hutchinson, leading him towards the near sideline, but he couldn't haul it in. Harold Perkins was on coverage, and it'll be 4th down and 8. So, again, that play, make note of that, Jacob. They tried that run play. It went nowhere. Really didn't put them behind the chains, but really put them behind the 8 ball. And now LSU will get a chance to receive this punt with 1:19 and 2 timeouts remaining. This will be the third punt of the night for Cole Maynard. Waits on the snap, takes it at the 12, lets it fly from the 16. High punt, spiraling kick. Thomas fields it at the 17 far side, immediately off of the races near side. He's across the 30, 35, outside the numbers at the 40, 45, sidesteps a man at midfield and makes his way all the way into positive territory. They're going to mark him out at the Hilltopper 45-yard line. A 56-yard punt and a 38-yard return, and LSU's offense back in business with 1:14 to go in the second quarter, leading 7-3 with 2 timeouts in their hip pocket.
Yeah, I mean, you get the ball back, 1:30 plus left. You got this air raid offense, you're going to go. But one of the things that can't happen to you, you got an incomplete pass, you got a bad run, another incomplete pass. You still got 1:14 after a nice return for LSU.
Longest punt return of the year that time by Xavion Thomas. You could just tell he was picking up a head of steam as soon as he put his foot in the ground to the near side. So now it'll be 1st and 10 at the Hilltopper 45. LSU's offense back out there after scoring moments ago on the 11-yard touchdown pass from Van Buren to Trey'Dez Green.
Is it me or we had a lot of hurry up and wait?
Yeah. Oh, wow. So from 1:14 to 58 seconds, they'll adjust the clock. Still plenty of time starting at the 45-yard line. Exactly what Coach Wilson wanted here. He wanted to be aggressive just like he was last week late in that second quarter against Arkansas. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hilltoppers will shift to the right side on the defensive line as Van Buren takes the snap. Has time, throws down the middle, but threw it behind the intended receiver, Kyle Parker, down around the 20-yard line. It's incomplete, stops the clock with 54 seconds, and will set up 2nd down and 10. Coming up at the half, the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger halftime report. We'll get a word with Coach Frank Wilson on his way into the locker room. Gordy Rush will get the coach's thoughts before we hand it off to Brian Haldane back in the Capital One studio. Take you through the Fighting Tiger halftime report. 2nd down and 10 at the 45. Van Buren again looking, airs it out, goes up top, and it's out of reach. Looked like Barrion Brown was grabbed and held and everything. They may rule that it was uncatchable, but Nazir Ward was mugging Barrion Brown down that far sideline, and the fans certainly letting the officials know about it.
Yeah, it almost even looked like you could call a face mask.
Oh my goodness.
That's bad. Yeah. I mean, he almost grabbed him in 14 different places, I think. I mean, he grabbed everywhere he could.
This may come as a shock to listeners out there, but there wasn't an official peering at the video board. Not one of them. They didn't want to see that. 3rd down and 10 at the 45. 2 receivers left. Thomas just off the line to the right of the formation. Van Buren stands in the pocket, has time. Again, throws over the middle. Going to be deflected as they were looking for Hilton. He was covered by Flowers. But a Hilltopper upfield able to get his hands on it, change the trajectory, and it's incomplete. Sets up 4th down and 10 at the 45.
Yeah, you like to see Van Buren's feet be a little bit better there. It's a lot of, kind of bouncing instead of just getting your step, putting your back foot in the ground and delivering the football there. A lot of hopping around, trying to wait for your receiver to come open.
3rd punt of the night for Chadwick. He'll let it go from the 45-yard line of the Tigers. Fair catch called for inside the 10. And Jarris Mack brings it in with 38 seconds after a 37-yard punt. So he'll bring it in about the 8-yard line in Western Kentucky. I got to believe here, Coach Helton may decide go ahead and call it a half. But we'll see.
Even if he doesn't take a knee, I'd be shocked if the ball goes in the air again. But you know what? With air raid offenses, I never speak in absolutes.
1st down and 10 at the Hilltopper 8. And we'll see Tisdale work up under center here. And, yeah, it looks like he's going to take a snap and a knee and call it a half. Here he goes, and he does. That'll end the first half of action with LSU leading 7-3. Took a while for the offense to get started. They eventually find the end zone after an 8-play drive spanning 62 yards, 1:43 seconds late in that second quarter. As Van Buren found Trey'Dez Green for an 11-yard touchdown. That's your scoring drive recap presented by LSU Online. Driven to score, built to win. LSU Online, win where you are. So the first half about to come to an end. Both teams head to their respective locker rooms. Low-scoring affair here on a Saturday night. LSU leading 7-3. Coming up, we'll get the Capital One coach's interview. Gordy Rush will get a chance to talk with head coach Frank Wilson, who certainly has some work cut out for he and the Tigers in the second half, and they're going to have to do it without some of their key players, especially on that offensive line, as Gordy told you. Braylon Moore and Ori Williams both go down here in the first half. LSU, of course, won the toss, so they will receive the football to start the third quarter. And I got to believe Coach Wilson going to set a fire underneath the Tiger tails to get them off to a quick start in the third quarter of action.
Since 1987.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of things I think that LSU is going to go back. They're going to watch some tape here in halftime and know that there's opportunity certainly on the offensive side of the football, but you got to have execution. And I know the injuries are piling up, but you still got to run real plays. You still got to trust whoever's in there on the offensive line to be able to protect your quarterback, allow him to deliver the football down the field, and don't get away from the rushing attack either, right? You got to stay committed to it.
Let's go down. Gordy Rush now with Coach Frank Wilson.
Coach, offensively, you got to go and get a score there late in the second quarter. What do you got to do offensively to get this thing going?
We got to be able to block the movement that they're creating for us. Too many guys are being turned free. They're running backers from an interior standpoint. And so we got to run through issue that we have to take care of, and we have to be able to full zone these things so we can take care of our gap integrity.
Staying with that, you're playing two young guys now with Moore down. He's in a walking boot for the game, and then Williams down.
Yeah, you know what? They're prepared. They'll make the adjustments needed, and we'll be ready to go.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gordy. Thank you, Coach. We're at halftime here on the final home game of 2025. LSU leading 7-3. Coming up, the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger halftime report. Brian Haldane back in the Capital One studio. We'll take you through it. Bring us back for third quarter action. Our score at the break, LSU 7, Western Kentucky 3 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
Waste Pro is proud to be the official waste and recycling collection services provider to LSU Athletics. We service over 2 million residential and commercial customers in more than 500 towns and municipalities across the South. Waste Pro is proud to work, live, and raise families in the areas we serve. We consider it a privilege to work hand in hand with our customers, partners, and employees to create a better community-first waste and recycling model. Waste Pro is the official waste and recycling collection service provider of LSU Athletics. Visit wasteprousa.com for more information.
Equipment Share, proud partner of LSU Athletics. We understand that when you rent construction and industrial equipment, you need reliable machines and dependable service. From dozers and aerial work platforms to pumps, power, and climate control, we've got you covered. All rentals are powered by T3, the easy-to-use fleet management tool that lets you monitor your equipment from your phone or laptop. Visit equipmentshare.com for your rental today. Equipment Share, built by contractors for contractors.
Welcome in to the ISC Fighting Tiger Halftime Report. Presented by ISC Constructors. Powered by people. Coming up, a breakdown of the first half with highlights, stats, and a check of the Republic Finance scoreboard. Now, from inside legendary Tiger Stadium in the Capital One Studios, here again is Brian Haldane.
Capital One's offering checking and savings accounts with no fees nor minimums. What's in your wallet? Starting off that ISC Construction Halftime Report with your Republic Finance scoreboard. Visit Republic Finance for all your personal loan needs. Get started at republicfinance.com Tigers. Kind of a tune-up week before rivalry week. Numbers 1 and 2 in the nation actually have a bye week this week. So we start with number 3, Texas A&M, whipping up on Samford, 48-0. Your final score there. 4th-ranked Georgia tops Charlotte 35-3. Bye week for numbers 5 and 6 as well. So number 7, Oregon was a 42-27 winner over number 15 USC. 8th-ranked Georgia was a 17-6. I'm sorry. Yes, a 17-6 winner over number 22 Missouri. Notre Dame annihilated Syracuse 70-7. Your final score on that one. Similar result in Tuscaloosa. Alabama 56, Eastern Illinois nothing. Number 11 BYU is at Cincinnati right now. The Cougars have a 10-7 lead. Minute 2 to go in the second quarter of that contest. Kansas State gave number 12 Utah all they could handle, including a 24-point second quarter. The Utes survive 51-47. 13th ranked Miami handled Virginia Tech 34-17. It was Vanderbilt 45, Kentucky 17. Pitt is at Georgia Tech right now. Number 15, Georgia Tech, in a little bit of trouble. 5:56 to go in the third quarter of that contest. And Pitt, the Panthers, have a 35-14 lead there. Number 17, Texas opened up things in the second half to put down Arkansas 52-37. It was Michigan 45, Maryland 20. Also going on right now in the top 25 and the Southeastern Conference, Tennessee having no problem with Florida. The 20th ranked Volunteers are up 31-0 over the Gators. That game, like our game, is at halftime. One more top 25 score of note. It was 24th ranked Tulane, a 37-13 winner at Temple. In state, it was UL Lafayette 34, Arkansas State 30, Southeastern 38, Nichols 26. Stephen F. Austin beats Northwestern State 62-14. Took overtime for Louisiana Tech to beat Liberty 34-28. It was Texas State 31-14 over UL Monroe. And McNeese was a 21-19 winner over Lamar. Southern and Grambling, of course, both have the week off as they get prepped for the Bayou Classic. I want to go back to the top of the page. The wrong team name there. Number 7 in the nation is Oregon right now. That's who had the 42-27 win over number 15 USC. Once again, our score at halftime, LSU 7, Western Kentucky 3. Leadership starts right here at home. That's why Ford assembles the most vehicles in America and employs the most hourly workers. From America, for America. Just another reason why Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America for 48 straight years. See your Southern quality Ford dealer today. Quick break. When we come back, on the back end of the break, I should tell you, we are going to look at a scoring recap. Scoring recap comes your way next. And, of course, we'll break down stats before sending it back into the booth for Chris, Gordy, and Jacob Hester. Quick break. Coming back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
He's got a seam. He's down the near side hash. Tiger fans, if you've ever wanted to listen to the LSU Sports Radio Network while watching your Fighting Tigers on TV, now you can, and it's easy to do.
Just pause the TV. Use the LSU Sports mobile app to stream the audio on your smartphone or tablet. Connect to a smart speaker, then wait for the audio to catch up to the point your TV is paused. Push play, and you are all set.
Watch the Tigers and listen with the LSU Sports Radio Network.
15, 10, 5, touchdown, Tigers!
Every Tiger knows it's not just about where you are, it's about how you play the game. At LSU Online, we bring that same grit and greatness to your education. Whether you're watching from Baton Rouge or beyond, you can earn your degree on your time from anywhere. Flexible, online, built for Tiger Nation. Visit online.lsu.edu and win where you are.
Back with more on the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger Halftime Report. Now, with a first half scoring recap, here again is Brian Haldane.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 plan premium. Call Aetna today at 888-76-AETNA to learn more. Well, here comes your scoring recap, and it is going to be a quick one. Western Kentucky had a 9-play, 57-yard drive on the opening drive of the game that resulted in a 36-yard field goal to put up the Hilltoppers up 3-0. After that, there would be no scoring until just under 2 minutes left in the second quarter. LSU would put together an 8-play, 62-yard drive, ending up with Michael Van Buren connecting with Trey'Dez Green from 11 yards out to put the Tigers up 7-3.
Ball on the far side hash as they attack towards the south end zone. Jawan Johnson, the running back. 2 receivers right, including Green in the slot. Looking to throw. Van Buren on the slant. Gets it to Green. Green falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Tigers. An 11-yard strike to Trey'Dez Green. Instrumental in this drive, and the Tigers take their first lead of the night at the 1:32 mark here in the second quarter. 6-3 with a point after upcoming.
And that point after would be good, and that is it for your scoring recap. Bud Light, proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Quick break. When we come back, Chris Blair caught up with today's game sponsor. We'll hear that and break down stats next on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Champions make plays on the field and in life. With LSU Online, you can keep your career moving, earn your degree, and still run your own game plan. Learn anytime from anywhere and take the next step toward your goal line. It's time to make your move, Tiger fans. Visit online.lsu.edu. LSU Online. Win where you are.
Everything tastes better after an LSU Tiger victory. Similarly, everything also tastes better once you've baptized it with the handcrafted flavor of the original Louisiana hot sauce. So just imagine how truly tasty something would taste if it was doused in the original Louisiana hot sauce after an LSU Tiger victory. That's Louisiana hot. Buy you some.
LSU Tiger fans are gearing up with real Tigers apparel and merchandise from the official online store at lsushop.net. Get jerseys, sideline gear, polos, t-shirts, hats, official team merchandise from Nike, accessories, and much more. Over 3,600 products, all shipped right to your door. Head to the place real Tiger fans go for the selection only real Tiger fans get at lsushop.net.
Second half action of LSU Fighting Tiger football is coming up. This is the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger Halftime Report on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Welcome back on the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll get you back to second half action of LSU and Western Kentucky. But now we visit with our good friend Aaron Monroe, Market Vice President for Cox Communications. Aaron, thank you for joining us. Cox Communications and LSU longtime partnership. Tell us about how it impacts on the field as well as off the field.
No, thank you, Chris, for having me. That is a great question. And so we've been a proud partner for over 20 years. We have the LSU Cox Communications Academic Center for Student Athletes. We've received national recognition for our support of student athletes. Did you know that we're only one of 4 schools in the SEC to average 99% or higher graduation success rate in each of the past 8 years? And so we're certainly proud of the work at the Academic Center. I would say one of the unique programs I'm most proud of is their Project Graduation Program. And so this program is for student athletes who may have left early for whatever reason. It allows them and affords them an opportunity to come back to LSU and finish their degree. And I'll tell you, since 2010, we've had 116 former student athletes come back and earn their LSU diplomas.
Without question, Aaron, and it is certainly the envy of a lot of schools and athletic programs with the Cox Communication Academic Center, which, as you said, goes beyond just the students when they are here, also allows them to come back after their playing days are done and get their degree, and that's good for everybody. Obviously, Cox is known as a cable company for many, many years, and I'm showing my age a little bit now, Aaron, but you guys have transformed into a broadband leader, now a wireless provider. How does that benefit the customer who's out there going, well, okay, I know Cox from years ago is my cable company, but now you guys offer everything?
One thing for us, we've had to evolve as the industry has evolved. And what you'll hear from customers is that they expect seamless connectivity. So whether you're at home, whether you're at work, you're on the go, you want that connectivity. So I think, transitioning into wireless was a natural space for us. As we think about Cox Mobile and what we offer in our broadband residential customers as well, we want to ensure that they have that same type of reliability. It's also from a brand they've grown to trust, whether they were a video customer or a broadband customer. So for us, it's just been a natural complement to our existing services.
Again, happy to be joined with Aaron Monroe, Market Vice President with Cox Communications. And I mentioned long long-standing relationship with LSU. If you're an LSU Tiger fan, you know about Cox Communications. But I know that also the community is a major part of your company's mission beyond athletics. What are some of the other initiatives and partnerships right here in Louisiana that you guys are involved in and are excited about?
Yeah, we strongly believe in investing in the communities we serve. So a project that I'm really excited about right now is our Cox Mobile Phone Design Contest. So we have partnered with Boys and Girls Clubs of America. We're asking those teenagers to submit their design. So they get a cool project to design a phone case with the theme of a world within reach, future icons. And the great thing about this contest is that the grand prize winner will receive a $25,000 scholarship to go toward their future education. And so we held the first annual contest last year, had a winner right here in the Lafayette market. So excited for all the teens to be able to enter into their chance to win $25,000 for this year's contest.
Wow. Cable, broadband, wireless, and the impact on the community, and not to mention big supporters of our LSU Tigers. Well, Aaron, thank you for your time. Thank you for all that you and the Cox family does for LSU and for all of us. And let's look forward to a great second half for those Fighting Tigers.
Thank you, and go Tigers.
Aaron Monroe has been our guest market vice president for Cox Communications and proud partner of LSU Athletics. Let's send it back to the Capital One studio. Brian Haldane with some of the first half stats. Brian?
Thank you much, Chris. Leadership starts right here at home. That's why Ford assembles the most vehicles in America and employs the most hourly workers from America for America. Just another reason why Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America for 48 straight years. See your Southern Quality Ford dealer today. Starting off with that LoBear's passing report. Passing report, of course, brought to you by LoBear's Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel on the Western Kentucky side. We are 15 of 27 for 93 yards and no touchdowns. Rodney Tisdale leading the way there. He's 14 of 25 for 91 yards. Cameron Flowers had a 2-yard completion as well. Passing report on the LSU side. Looking at what we've got going here, we've got Michael Van Buren is 13 of 23 for 121 yards. Meanwhile, it's time for your rushing report brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. On the Western Kentucky side is where we're going to start off here. 15 carries, 40 yards for Western Kentucky. Marvis Parrish is leading the way for the Hilltoppers. 6 carries, 32 yards. For LSU, what we've got is 12 carries, 53 yards on the night. Harlem Berry's leading the way. He's got 6 carries for 26. Caden Durham has 5 for 17. Michael Van Buren has taken the ball running once for 10 yards. That is a look at your stats. We're going to take one more quick break. We come back. We'll be back in the booth with Jacob Hester, Gordy Rush, and the voice of the Tigers, Chris Blair, right after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, college football fans. I know you'd do anything for a win on game day. And an ice cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry. Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices. To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app. Know before you go.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of LSU Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This has been the ISC Constructors Fighting Tiger Halftime Report. Presented by ISC Constructors. Powered by people. Second half action of LSU Fighting Tiger football begins on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health. Here again are Gordy, Jacob, and Chris.
All right, and welcome back inside of Tiger Stadium here, getting you ready for the second half. It is your LSU Fighting Tigers leading Western Kentucky Hilltoppers 7-3. LSU will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. Let's now welcome back onto the broadcast the voice of your LSU Tigers, Chris Blair.
Thank you, Jacob. As Brian Haldane told you, not a lot of offense in that first half. Obviously, with the score 7-3, the Tigers 174 yards total offense. Most of that coming in the second quarter of action. Western Kentucky 133. Tigers were able to get on track and regain the lead late in that second quarter on an 11-yard touchdown from Michael Van Buren to Trades Green. His fifth receiving touchdown of the year. And LSU would love to get a good start here. And I'm sure that was the topic of discussion, Jacob, inside that locker room. Didn't quite get off to a quick start in the first half, but they get the third quarter kickoff. Look to get it going here and maybe get some separation early and kind of get those optimistic thoughts out of the minds of this Western Kentucky Hilltopper team. Again, coming in 8-2 on the season, the only Power 4 game they played all season. Here's the kickoff from Jack Cassidy, and it's deep out of the back of the end zone as Marion Brown will let it go, and LSU will start first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Fans, Toyota's national sales event is on right now. Enjoy every second at an exciting Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer or Toyota.com today. Again, if you're just tuning in, a couple of losses on the offensive line, including Braylon Moore, the center. Ori Williams also injured in that first half of action. So the Tigers going to the backups and going to lean on them heavily, as Coach Wilson told Gordy going into the locker room. Got to get them ready. On 1st and 10, handoff, a little bit of room up the middle. Picks up maybe just shy of 3 yards on the pickup, just shy of the 28 before Anthony Brackenridge able to pull down Harlem Berry. It'll set up 2nd down and 7, and we are underway here in the third quarter of action.
Yeah, it did feel like they got away from just trying to establish the run game early in that first half. It's good to see them go ahead and start the second half here with a run.
So now, unique play. They're going to switch, put all the offensive line lined up wide to the left. They put Bowers sharp and Trades Green to snap the football. And they'll give it off to Xavier Thomas. And Thomas rockets up the near sideline across the 35. Picks up a Louisiana Blue first down. Jalen Lewis eventually gets him out of bounds, but there's a flag down. And again,
they're always
the crazy formation. You kind of felt like maybe they had the itchy trigger finger on the officials.
Illegal formation, offense. More than 4 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So the Tigers try to pull one over on the Hilltoppers, but unfortunately too many.
Yeah, that's why those plays, Chris, they're so difficult. They're fun to watch, and you pick up a first down there, but you're putting big fellas in places they haven't been before, and you're hoping everything goes right and everybody lines up the right way, even though you practice it 1,000 times.
So it backs him up. 7th penalty of the night against LSU. It'll be 2nd down and 12 at the 23. Back to a traditional formation. Van Buren on the sprint out right. Got a man open. Did he put his foot down at the 36-yard line? They say he does. Marion Brown got right to the near sideline, planted his feet, waited for the ball, and kept it in bounds up to the 36. And a 14-yard pickup. Pistol formation now. Van Buren will bring Caden Durham now to the shotgun. To give to Durham, going left, tried to cut back right, but Western Kentucky was there. Great pursuit. They'll lose a yard back. 36-yard line will set up 2nd down and 11. Dave Herrard and Jalen Wester not fooled at all in the cutback lane. And able to, again, get right there at the line of scrimmage and impose their will.
Yeah, don't panic here on 2nd down, though. See if you can get this to a third and manageable. You don't have to, get it all right here. Just run a normal play. Don't try to get too fancy here.
Brown and Green out wide to the left. Trying to throw it, and is the ball still live? No, they say it's an incomplete pass. They tried to flip it out quickly to the right side to Brown, but the throw was off the mark. Brown couldn't hold on, but it's incomplete. Luckily, because Ellen Jones for Western Kentucky was in the vicinity. Had that been a backward pass, that would have been an absolute disaster.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're trying to get your, guy who's got a lot of return skill in space there. They've done it with Xavion Thomas, but even that play, everything's got to go perfect for you to be able to execute it.
So now 3rd down and 11 here on this opening drive of the third quarter. Van Buren flushed out of the pocket, slings it near side. Thomas with the catch at the 44, but he'll be shy of the first down by about 3 yards. That'll set up 4th down and about 3 as Kent Robinson made sure Thomas went nowhere. So the opening drive stalls, and we'll see Grant Chadwick again come out to punt it away to the Hilltoppers. Jairus Mack back deep for Western Kentucky, sets up shop inside his own 15. This will be the 4th punt of the night for Chadwick, averaging just over 45 yards per punt tonight. Gets this one in the air, end over end, fielded and brought in at the 11-yard line. And Western Kentucky will to start 1st down and 10 from their own 11. After a 40-yard punt. Timeout on the field. Just underway, third quarter. 7-3 LSU leading. 12:19 remaining in the third stanza. Back in a moment on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there. Sunny and 75. Almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time, and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
I'm Richard Fontenot, president of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation. My brother and I grow rice, soybeans, and raise crawfish on our farm in Evangeline Parish. For a fourth-generation farmer like myself, Louisiana Farm Bureau is as much a part of my life as checking traps or harvesting rice. Our organization is more than 145,000 members strong, and we've been around for more than 100 years. The Louisiana Farm Bureau spans generations, and we want you to join our family.
Visit lafarmbureau.org. The Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Get ready, Tiger fans. Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
Live coverage continues. This is LSU Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
12:19 remaining third quarter. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear the Tigers roar worldwide. The LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Back inside Tiger Stadium on this Saturday night. 7-3 LSU leading Western Kentucky. The opening drive stalls for the Tigers here in the third quarter. They punt it away, and Western Kentucky, with their first possession of the second half, starts 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line. Time now to take a look at the performance report presented by BASF. We create chemistry. Right now, it's been the LSU defense. And A.J. Halsey leading the way. The defensive back with 7 tackles, 4 of those solo thus far. Able to pin back Western Kentucky to their own 11. Tisdale sets up the swing pass near side. Catch made up across the 10 to the 11. The line of scrimmage to Parrish, and he's brought out of bounds quickly, that time by DJ Pickett. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 11.
Yeah, DJ Pickett, I tell you what, for a young player, he does a really nice job of seeing what the play is, seeing how it develops, and being a savvy player to come off his route concept there to be able to make a tackle.
Running back Marvin Parrish to the right side of Tisdale. Takes another shotgun snap. They bring a blitz. Throws over the middle, and separating player from football with a big-time hit. They were looking for Myers across the middle, and Devon Keys just put a wallop. Separates the football. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, good pressure right there. He forced the quarterback to have to hurry it up. LSU certainly had that covered in the back end as well. And it's tough to get pressure on an air raid team. We've talked about that all broadcast long. Nice job, LSU, forcing that, though.
15 of 27 tonight passing for Rodney Tisdale. Fakes the screen. Here comes pressure backside. He'll be planted down at the 2-yard line by DJ Pickett. Well, let's just say his name again. Wow. That's how you get pressure on an air raid.
Yep.
Tisdale looked to his right, trying to maybe fake or go with the screen pass, and he never felt DJ Pickett right behind him, who hit him right in the back numbers and put him down at the 2-yard line. Huge sack brought to you by Train. Hard to stop the Tigers, hard to stop a Train. 3rd sack of the night for this LSU defense. Sets up 4th and a cab ride. 4th and 19. They'll have their punter, Cole Maynard, with his heel on the back of the end zone. He'll put a foot into it. Gets a pretty good kick out to midfield. Going to be fielded by Thomas near side at about the 48-yard line. Dancing left, dancing right. Now tries to go back far side. Comes back near side. And eventually out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. He ran for about 30 yards, but only picked up maybe a yard or two on the return after a 49-yard punt. But great field position for LSU for their 2nd possession of the half. It'll be 1st down and 10. They'll place it down at the LSU 46.
Yeah, those returners, he was hoping at some point there would be a crease there. It was a good punt and good coverage by Western Kentucky.
Michael Van Buren Jr., 15 of 26 on the night, 143 yards. That one passing touchdown, the only touchdown of the night for either team. 2 receivers left on the near side hash. Flip it out to Green. Green needs a block. Couldn't get it. They couldn't hold it long enough. He's cut down after a 2-yard gain. That time by Nazir Ward and Jalen Lewis. It'll be 2nd down and 8. At about the 48-yard line of the Tigers with 10:37 clock moving here in the 3rd quarter. LSU Athletics would like to thank its corporate partners, Cox, McDonald's, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, Albertsons, Louisiana Blue, Coca-Cola, and Hancock Whitney. There's a player slow to get up. It was Nazir Ward who was in on that tackle. Near the Hilltopper bench at about the 46. They'll take a look at him.
When I talk about a play like that, I know it seems like a simple play because it's not a far pass, but that's a hard play, and you're having to make sure that if Trey has Green, you got to catch that behind the line of scrimmage. You got to make sure you don't run your route too far, but you got to run it far enough for your quarterback to be able to have a passing window because you've got blockers. As soon as Trey Daz catches it, the receivers are already blocking, so he's got to catch it behind the line because if he catches it, anywhere else, it's going to be an offensive pass interference. And then your receivers got to get their blocks, and you miss the block there, and then you get your tight end hit on the legs. There's just a lot of moving parts to a play like that. It seems like, Chris, a simple play right behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, as you've said many times tonight, Jacob, there's some plays that look simple, but a lot of things have to go right, and the timing has to be perfect.
Right. Yeah.
Hey guys, quick update. So Whitweeks is back out of the game. He's in street clothes, and he has that boot back on. So limited action tonight. They'll try and get him back next week at Oklahoma.
Tough break for Witt. He tried to give it a go tonight, unable to do so. 2nd down and 8 as we get back to action after the 30-second timeout. Van Buren looking deep down the field now, has to abandon the pocket, drop it off underneath to Barry, and he is buried immediately for no gain at the 48 by Jalen Wester, the leading tackler again for the Hilltoppers on the year. So now looking at 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. Second possession of the second half. They still lead 7-3. Trip receivers to the left, one to the right side. Jawan Johnson in as the tailback to the left of Van Buren. Running to his left, here comes Western Kentucky with a bull rush, and they will bring him down way back at the 35, maybe the 36-yard line. As Western Kentucky gets home, they dialed it up right. It'll be 4th and long and another punt upcoming. It was Jalen Emery who got to the Tiger quarterback and a loss of 11 yards.
Yeah, and you're not doing yourself any favors. You throw the football every down there. Western Kentucky is the 108th ranked rush defense in the country. You got to start to try to test them. You've got to lead there. You got to say, we're going to run it. We're going to stay with the run, and we're going to make yards on the ground.
Knuckleball punt going to be fielded at the 15 and hit immediately and drop back inside the 15 is going to be Jarris Mack. That time, pretty much a line drive, deep kick off the foot of Chadwick, and good coverage downfield. We got a timeout on the field. Western Kentucky has possession. They trail your Tigers 7-3 with 9:03 remaining in the third quarter. Football fans, SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. So whether you're buying or selling football tickets, SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of LSU football. Let's go Tigers. Let's go SeatGeek. Back to Tiger Stadium after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
In a region famous for its cuisine, Blue Plate Mayo has been a staple since 1927. From New Orleans to Lafayette, Houma to Baton Rouge, it's the mayo Louisiana reaches for when it's time to make something delicious. Whether it's dressing a po' boy or making that perfect dipping sauce for crawfish, it has to be Blue Plate. Blue Plate Mayo, the official mayo of LSU Athletics. That's the good stuff.
There was a time when a person's word was enough, a time when a handshake meant something, and integrity really mattered. For over 70 years, the values of Farm Bureau Insurance have been rooted in hard work, faith, and family. In that time, we've seen the world change in many ways. What hasn't wavered is Farm Bureau Insurance's commitment to protect our customers' way of life and serve the communities in which they live when they need us most. You deserve more. You deserve a promise. Learn more at lafarmbureau.com.
Get ready, Tiger fans. Venture Global is proud to partner with LSU Athletics, powering Louisiana and the world with clean, low-cost, reliable energy and fueling the future of our great state. As we cheer on the Tigers this season, we're also driving innovation, creating jobs, and supporting our local communities. Together, we're building a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow. Venture Global, proud partner of LSU Athletics, powering champions on and off the field. Go Tigers!
In Louisiana, we love our LSU Tigers. When the band strikes up those 4 iconic notes, the fans go wild. At Louisiana Blue, we're Tiger fans too. That's why we've teamed up with LSU Athletics to bring you the compassion of the cross and security of the shield, so you're free to wear your stripes and roar. Live Louisiana. We've got you. Louisiana Blue, Louisiana True.
Proud partner of LSU Athletics.
Back to the action of LSU Fighting Tiger football on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, proud to be LSU's championship health partner. Fans together, LSU and Our Lady of the Lake health champions for Louisiana. Together we roar. Learn more at olrmc.com/LSU. Western Kentucky back on offense, first down and 10 at their own 15, where this drive will begin. And the handoff goes to Marvis Parrish, and he goes straight ahead, but really no gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10 as Patrick Payton and Devon Keys combine on the stop for LSU. Tigers again, 188 yards total offense. The Hilltoppers 124. Both teams certainly struggling on the offensive end here tonight. Second and 10 from the 15. Tisdale with a single back to his right, takes the shotgun snap, looking downfield. Pressure comes late, and a dying Quill after the ball is now tipped and then intercepted. LSU has it at the 23-yard line. DJ Pickett takes it on, as that one just a dying shot after Tisdale released it. Now he got some pushing and shoving after the play between the Hilltoppers and Tigers, but it will be a massive takeaway for this LSU defense. Sets up the Tigers with their best field position of the night with 8:25 to go here in the third quarter.
I tell you what, true freshman DJ Pickett, he certainly came to play today. Probably didn't know that he was going to play this much. I mean, Mansour Delane dresses out. He goes through warm-ups. You expect him to be the starter like he has all season long. He can't go, and so he's got to play the entire game. Last series, he's got a sack. Now he's got an interception. He's done a nice job getting guys on the ground all night long. What a game by a true freshman here.
That was a pressure interception that time. Coming in on Tisdale, he was kind of hit. Not sure if the ball just kind of awkwardly came out of his hand or maybe his throwing hand was hit. Van Buren ready to go. Swing pass coming near side to Barry, and Barry to the 20-yard line after picking up 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Dominic Oliver was there to make the tackle for Western Kentucky, but this is a huge gift, a huge play by Pickett. The LSU offense, you said it earlier after they scored their first touchdown, the defense has put them in really good position. This one, the best of the night on the handoff to start them inside the Western Kentucky 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 20. Inside the Capital One red zone here on 2nd down, Van Buren going to sprint out to his left. He's got some room. 15, 10, trying to get outside the numbers at the 5. Hit down at the 4-yard line. 16-yard gain for Michael Van Buren. Louisiana Blue first down for your Tigers. First down, goal to goal at the Hilltopper 4.
Yeah, it's look, I don't even know that the read told him to pull it, but he kind of bet on himself there. You've got the option to hand the football off. The defensive end's playing the quarterback, but he looked at it and said, I think I can get to the edge, and he does, and it's a big first down run.
First down, goal to goal. They place the ball down on the far side hash. LSU attacking towards the south end zone here at Tiger Stadium. They'll move the tight ends to the left of the formation. Van Buren in the shotgun. He's going to keep. He's got lead blockers Sharp and Green out on the corner. He dives and down around the 1. Ball comes out. Looks like Western Kentucky comes up with it, but Van Buren was down, and the ground cannot cause the fumble. So it will be 2nd down, goal to goal near the Western Kentucky 1 as Anthony Brackenridge was able to get there just in time as Van Buren tried to take a leap for the goal line.
Yeah, he tried to extend the ball. Definitely the ball hit the ground. The ground caused a fumble there, and now you got a great opportunity from the 1-yard line to go ahead and punch it in.
Now they move to the near side hash. 2nd down, goal to go from the Hilltopper 1. Van Buren in the shotgun. Barry on a wing to his left. They'll shift the line at the defense for the Hilltoppers. They'll move Barry to the right side. Van Buren looking to throw. Throws it high in the air. And boy, Trades Green was held and bumped, but they'll say incomplete and no flags in the right corner of the end zone. Dave Herrard was on coverage, and you can hear the boos from Tiger fans, especially in that south end zone right in front of the play.
Yeah, and look, even going back to before the ball was snapped, a little piece of every fullback's heart dies a little bit when you see a shotgun on the 1-yard line there, and then a pass play. And LSU brings in the heavy personnel this play. I'm not sure that we'll see the ball put in the air.
This time with 3 tight ends. Van Buren lost the snap, picked it up on the bounce. Now we'll just try to make something out of it, and that play blown up. The snap in his hands went straight down to the grass. Luckily popped right back up to him, but it certainly took the timing away. And they bring him down. Could be a loss. Let's see, maybe back to the 2-yard line.
Please reset the game clock to 6 minutes, 10 seconds. 6-1-6-0.
And it looks like they will bring the field goal unit. He did get back to the 1-yard line, but now 4th down, goal to go from the 1. Looks like they're going to go ahead and bring out Ramos here to try to make it a 10-3 LSU lead. Be a chip shot well within Ramos's range from the near side hash. About an 18-yarder here attempt. Here comes the snap. Placement is down. Ramos puts it up, and it is good. With the good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund for student athletes across all sports. Thank you, Allstate. Well, the Tigers get the turnover inside the 25 of the Hilltoppers, but they have to settle for the 18-yard field goal. LSU online scoring drive, 6 plays, just 21 yards, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and an 18-yard field goal adds to the career total for Damian Ramos. It's now 10-3 LSU. Timeout on the field with 5:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll return after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Ew, it's a roach.
Fear not. champ is here. Your weapon is Bengal Roach Spray. Bengal spray technology is designed to flush out the entire colony, targeting the source of the problem, making sure these pests don't die unseen in your walls, ensuring far-reaching results that prevent infestations from returning. Now that you're all protected, my job here is done.
Bengal, the official pest control of LSU athletics.
Hey, LSU fans, you're invited to Louisiana's largest casino resort, Coshada. Coshada Casino Resort has the largest and most spacious gaming floor in the Lake Charles area, with thousands of the newest slots, over 55 table games, live bingo and off-track betting, plus 3 beautiful hotels, delicious Cajun cuisine, and the #1 rated golf course in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort is proud to support LSU. Go Tigers!
Coshada. ISC Constructors is a national award-winning electrical and instrumentation construction company. In addition, ISC provides full-service, multidiscipline engineering services to global customers. For 35 years, ISC has brought the Baton Rouge culture to its job sites and offices across the nation. And like our Tigers, ISC believes being the best begins with recruiting and developing the best talent. ISC, powered by people.
Game day starts local. Just 2 miles from Tiger Stadium, Oxbow Rum Distillery is the official rum of LSU athletics. Handcrafted from Louisiana sugarcane, grown right across the river. From cane to glass, every bottle is pure Louisiana pride. So, whether you're mixing up cocktails at your tailgate or joining us at the tasting room, make it a win for local flavor. Oxbow Rum Distillery, located downtown Baton Rouge. Go Tigers!
Go behind the scenes. Check out our booth cam on Facebook and YouTube from the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Earlier, late in the second quarter, an 11-yard touchdown from Van Buren to Trades Green. Got LSU on top of Western Kentucky, who scored first on a 36-yard field goal in the first quarter. And now LSU adds an 18-yard field goal from Damian Ramos to lead 10-3 with 5:55 remaining here in the third quarter of action. Aaron Burrell set to kick it back to the Hilltoppers. Here's the approach and the kick. Once again, line drive and deep. Takes a bounce out of the back of the end zone. And the Hilltoppers will start first down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Fans, TJ Ribs, official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics, home of the LSU Football Radio Show, all of our head coaches' shows throughout the season. You can order right now at tjribs.com. Tigers now with 209 total yards of offense. Michael Van Buren Jr., 18 of 30, 147 yards, touchdown, and 1 interception so far tonight. Now the football will be in the hands of Rodney Tisdale Jr. on first down. Time in the pocket, throws across the middle, catch made at the 29. That's the tight end, Noah Myers, redshirt sophomore out of Louisville. Able to pick it up, pick up 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6 now at the Hilltopper 29-yard line. Perkins and Weeks were there to bring him down quickly. Handoff with room, squirting out on the right tackle up to the 35 to pick up the first down is Lavelle Wright. A quick hitting run play right at the Tigers, and they pick up 6+ yards. It'll be first and 10 now at the 37. Now they're moving quickly. Quick screen out to the near side, trying to cut into his right, stay on his feet across the 40. Up to the 43-yard line is K.D. Hutchinson. He was very involved early in the game. Kind of been quiet here throughout the second quarter and the early part of the third quarter. It'll be second down and 4. Hilltoppers trying to move quickly at their own 43-yard line. 2 receivers sent far to the right, 2 to the left, short side of the field. Tisdale with the shotgun snap, looking right, flushed out of the pocket, directing traffic, throws off his back foot. It's incomplete, but a flag comes down on that far side as the pass intended that time for Flowers. It was off the mark at about the 48 of the Tigers. We'll see what the infraction's all about.
Holding, defense number 13, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
8th penalty of the night for LSU. That one assessed to A.J. Halsey, and that will take the Hilltoppers into LSU territories. They mark it off, put it down at the 47-yard line of LSU.
eventually, LSU's defense is going to give up, some yards, and they've done such a nice job of adjusting here, but they've been on the field so much, it feels like, in Western Kentucky, trying to get that tempo going again as well.
Tisdale overthrows. The intended receiver could be picked off. It is at the 45-yard line. They were looking for Hutchinson. P.J. Woodland diving for the INT as Tisdale overthrew his intended receiver. And another takeaway for this LSU defense, their second pick of the night.
Well, never mind. It's going to keep making plays. They're just going to keep doing everything they possibly can to try to help out this LSU offense. And I tell you what, I know Western Kentucky moved the football early, but LSU's defense, it's a good offense that they're facing in Western Kentucky. And they've done such a nice job of making all the necessary adjustments to be able to dominate. I mean, really, outside of the first 5 minutes of the game.
With a 7-point lead, up 10-3. Defense again will hand the football to LSU's offense. 1st and 10 from their own 45. They'll set a screen of their own to Barryon Brown. Breaks one tackle, still fighting near side, and eventually knocked down after losing 2 yards to the near sideline. Jalen Lewis and Brackenridge again for Western Kentucky, able to hold on long enough to let the Cavalry clean him up. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. They mark it at the 44.
If you're going to run that play, right, it's a screen right at the line of scrimmage, I'll say it again just in case somebody's just tuning in. Western Kentucky has the 108th ranked rush defense.
2nd down and 11 at the 44. Van Buren motions Thomas right to left. He'll be the lone receiver to that side. 2 receivers to the right. Van Buren looking to his left, and the pass batted down, but then picked up on the tip drill by Van Buren. He's off and running up across midfield and into Hilltopper territory. Eventually pulled down at the Hilltopper 46 by Harper Holloman. Well, sometimes you don't plan it, but thank goodness Michael Van Buren followed that football after it was deflected at the line and then took it and immediately started to run. It was Brackenridge who got his hands on the pass attempt, but knocked it right back into the hands of the LSU quarterback. That'll set up 3rd and 1, which would have been a disaster.
Yes.
Would have been 3rd and long. So now a chance here to keep the drive going, get deeper into Hilltopper territory as they look at 3rd and 1 from the 46. Van Buren going to work under center. Motions Barryon Brown, and there come the Hilltoppers jumping. LSU says they jumped in the neutral zone with contact. Don't see much of an argument here from Western Kentucky, so we'll see. Make sure they weren't drawn off sides. Looks like Ryan Philo was the guilty party who made contact.
Offside. Defense number 93 in the neutral zone with contact. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
Tigers will take it. They've had their share of penalties tonight. That time, Western Kentucky picks up just their 3rd tonight. So it'll be 1st and 10 now at the Hilltopper 41. 3:17 clock moving, 3rd quarter, a 10-3 LSU lead. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Van Buren fakes the handoff, looking to throw far side, but it's underthrown for Thomas inside the 25. He takes it on the bounce, but it's incomplete.
I like when he threw the football. It was with anticipation, but it was low. It was inside. That ball's got to have some air to it. And if you're going to throw that before he's out of his break there, that's one of the reasons you got to kind of put some air on. You got to allow him to run because he's, still coming out of his break. You got to allow him to run to that football. It's almost impossible when he's got to stop short and try to reach behind.
Juwan Johnson checks back in. He'll be on a wing to the right side of Van Buren. Thomas out wide to the left. Parker in motion. Van Buren designed run. Hit by his own man. Was pushed by the defensive front. They knock him down after a 2-yard gain to the 40. Just shy of the 39-yard line. And it will be 3rd down and about 9 here for this Tiger offense with 2:48 here in the 3rd quarter, leading 10-3. Only a 1-score lead for LSU on their home field against Western Kentucky out of Conference USA. They'll say 3rd and a long 8. Van Buren calls for the snap. Steps back, 3 steps. Looks to throw. Barryon Brown grabbed it out of the air. Did he hold on? They'll say a catch down around the 21. 19-yard reception. Brown a little slow to get up. He just was fully extended. Now he's got a little hobble as he gets up.
They actually called that incomplete.
Yeah, they said he did. Thought he was able to hold on, but may have trapped it on his way down. So unfortunately, it will be incomplete and set up 4th down and 8. And on comes Chadwick again to punt it away. Again, last time he was effective, pinning them back inside their own 10. Chance to do it here is Jarris Mack again back deep, stands at about the 6-yard line of the Hilltoppers. Chadwick puts a foot into it, high into the air. LSU trying to get down into position, and they serve it up down at the 3-yard line. 37-yard punt. Diving catch made by Chris Hilton, speeding down the field. And they will indeed pin back the Hilltoppers here. First down and 10 from their own 3-yard line. And again, an opportunity, Jacob, for this defense who's been very opportunistic with the takeaways. See what type of pressure Coach Baker will dial up here with Tisdale basically taking the snap out of the shotgun if he does inside his own end zone.
That's a great job by the special teams there, kind of pinning them back. And this LSU defense yet again right back on the field and going to have to make another play to try to help this offense out and see if they can get them great field position again.
Tisdale with a single back to his right, both standing in the end zone. First down and 10 from the 3. The quick handoff going to go to Lavelle Wright. He'll get to the 5, just across the 5-yard line before being stopped there by Harold Perkins and Devon Keys. And it looks like we got a Tiger slow to get up at the 4, and that is Harold Perkins. He's on his back at the 4-yard line. Trainer's out to take a look quickly, so an injury timeout here. Stops the clock with 1:59 to go in the third quarter. Of course, LSU fortunate to have a healthcare partner like Our Lady of the Lake Health to provide exceptional care when something like this happens on the field. It's where athletes go who need further care. And again, helping Perkins up. He's on his feet.
I think it's just he rung his bell. I mean, that was the contact. He was in on that hit. Just slow to get up. He's going off on his own power. No.
Good sign there. They'll get him over.
Actually, take that back. A little limp. We'll take a look at it.
A little bit. They'll take a look, but still a good sign after seeing him on his back there for a few moments. So it'll be second down and 8. Ball at the 5 of the Hilltoppers. Fans J&J Exterminating, Louisiana-owned, customer-focused, and results-driven for over 65 years. Call the local pros and get the shield. J&J Exterminating, yeah. Under 2 minutes to go, third quarter, just a one-score game. LSU up 10-3. Second down and 8 from the 5. Tisdale takes the snap, but whistles.
False start.
And a false start against the Hilltoppers.
At the distance to the goal, second down.
50-year senior Jackson West, the tight end, got a little jumpy. And we'll back up the Hilltoppers even deeper. Now Tisdale again will be back in his own end zone taking the snap. Place the ball down between the 2 and 3 yard line. In between the hash marks here with 1:45 to go, third quarter. Second down and 10. Lavelle Wright will be the single back for Western Kentucky. Wide side of the field, they send 2 receivers, 1 receiver left. LSU man up at the corners. Tisdale taking his time, shouts instructions, waits on the snap, gets it. Looking to throw right, does so on the quick slant. It's incomplete. The throw was low, and Matthew Henry could not go down and dig it up. P.J. Woodland was right behind him on coverage, and it'll be third down and 10 from the Hilltopper 3.
I'll tell you what, LSU's defense yet again doing a nice job of taking away the quick slants, which in the first series you're trying to figure each other out. They gave up some of those, and Western Kentucky's tried to come back to them multiple times, and LSU's just denied them every time.
Pivotal bingo pest product third down here for this LSU defense. 3rd and 10 with a ball placed at the Hilltopper 3. Tisdale moves his running back around a couple of times. Now he waits on the shotgun snap and gets it. Deep drop into the end zone. Throws and through to the 1 yard line, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Musa Berry. Tell you what, if Berry makes that catch, he's probably planted back in the end zone. That'll set up 4th down and 10, and the defense again allows no room for Western Kentucky. They started at the 3. The drive now stalled at the 3, and a punt upcoming, and again it will be Cole Maynard with the heels on the back of the end zone. Xavion Thomas stands at the 49 of the Hilltoppers. Chance for great field position here. Here's the snap. Kick on its way. Gets it high and deep. That'll bring Thomas back to his own 45. Goes to his right, now back to his left, and it'll be dropped down at about the 48-yard line of Western Kentucky of their own. There's a 52-yard punt and a 3-yard return. So, again, half the field to work with for this LSU offense, leading 10-3 with 1:10 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, well, let's see if they try to run the football here. Chris, it's been 17 plays in over 3 series since the running backs had a carry.
I was going to say, it has been a while since we have seen them attempt to run the football. So, first down and 10. They'll start this drive at their own 48-yard line, just outside the Tiger Eye, middle of the field. Van Buren, empty backfield, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, looking to throw. Long throw to the near side. Barryon Brown has it, was grabbed by the face mask, still upright. Now racing down the far sideline to the 20, but they'll say he stepped out of bounds back at the 40-yard line. He fought to try to stay in bounds and then got up to speed, but the line judge right there, and it's a 12-yard pickup and a Louisiana Blue first down nonetheless.
Yeah, that was actually really close there, trying to make a play, tiptoeing the sidelines. I mean, Bussa just barely stepped out there.
LSU lines up quickly. Again, 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. First down and 10 from the 40 of the Hilltoppers. Pressure comes. Van Buren bouncing off his own players and eventually slips and falls back at the 46-yard line. Western Kentucky happy to take what appeared to be a sack, although the credit may go to his own lineman.
I know we keep talking about it over and over. That's first down. You're in their territory. That's now, 19 plays in a row a running back hasn't had a carry in the game. So it's tough to stay on schedule whenever you're only doing one thing offensively.
Behind the chains here, second down and 16 at the Hilltopper 46. Van Buren looking to the near sideline here with just 3 seconds on the clock. They'll let the third quarter come to an end. So we played 3 at Tiger Stadium. We've got 13 points total on the board. Good news so far, LSU leading 10-3. The fourth and final quarter coming up. Final fourth quarter of the home schedule here in 2025. We'll do that when we return after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, college football fans. I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When you shop Albertsons online or in our app, you can count on us to have freshly picked high-quality ingredients ready for pickup or delivery in as little as 30 minutes. Plus, save $30 off your first online order and let Albertsons take the hassle out of shopping while racking up the savings. With free pickup or delivery, you will always get the same great prices, deals, and rewards as in-store. Shop online at Albertsons.com or in the app. Albertsons, fresh foods, local flavors.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Kevin Falk, LSU Hall of Famer. My years at LSU were amazing. I've always loved celebrating with my teammates, especially when someone was serving up some delicious Manda salsa. For a lot of Tiger fans, it's just not game day without Manda in the mix. Serving top quality sausage and original season is Manda's strong side, but it's Manda's flavor that's always got me running back for more. You get it, running back for more. After 75 years, the flavor still says it all. Manda Fine Meats, the official smoke sauce of LSU Athletics.
Fourth quarter coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Back at Tiger Stadium, we start the fourth and final quarter, 10-3. LSU leading over Western Kentucky in the third meeting all time between these two schools. LSU handily defeated the Hilltoppers in 2011, and then last time back during the 2015 season. Tigers looking at 2nd and 16 from the Hilltopper 46-yard line as now they'll switch sides of the field. Gordy Rush, we're looking for some kind of offensive spark here to finish out the final 15 minutes. But again, injuries starting to become a problem for the Tigers.
Yeah, and Harold Perkins Jr. actually just walked out of the tent. He has a hip pointer. I'm told his return is probable. So add that to the equation. The defense is playing so well, and Perkins has been a huge part of it, both in coverage and with some pressure packages out there. So hopefully he'll get back in the game.
Well, both of you gentlemen know, again, the most important thing here at the moment is winning this football game. But now you start to wonder about the injuries and a recovery for a trip to Norman next week to finish out the regular season. 2nd down and 16 at the 46. Again, now attacking towards the north end zone. Van Buren in the shotgun, takes the snap, sprint out to his left, looking downfield, throws on the run. Underneath, got it to Parker at the 37-yard line, and triple coverage. Great throw, hit him right on the numbers. Brought down immediately by Wester and Lewis. But a nice pickup there will make 3rd down a little more manageable after losing and getting behind the chains. They pick up 8 yards. Here, your point, Jacob. Last week, running backs for LSU had 24 carries, 108 yards, 4.5 per carry. Tonight, 13 carries, 45 yards, 3.5. But as you said, it's been a while since a running back has had the football in his hands running.
Yeah, up to 20 plays in a row now.
3rd down and 6, pistol formation is Johnson behind Van Buren. He's going to get the carry, go right, cut back left, and have some room inside the 35, down to the 29-yard line. Picks up the Louisiana Blue 1st down on a gain of 7 yards. Varian Cole and Anthony Brackenridge. Brackenridge has been extremely busy tonight for Western Kentucky at that linebacker position. In fact, Jalen Wester, who we mentioned was the leading tackler, he's kind of taking a back seat to Brackenridge. He's been all over the field. 1st down and 10 now at the 29-yard line of the Hilltoppers. Johnson will stay in behind Van Buren in the pistol formation. Bauer, the tight end, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Again, the handoff. Johnson trying to get to the right edge. Gets by 1 defender and then twisted out of bounds at the 26-yard line by Jalen Wester, the aforementioned, after a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, look, you run it 2 times in a row now, which is good to see. You run it on 3rd and long, and you still pick it up. And on 1st down, you pick up 3 yards, and that just keeps you on schedule. It keeps you with an opportunity. You go back, and earlier you take a sack on 1st down where you lose 7-8 yards, and now it's 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7, and so that's why you got to make sure you still stay with the running game.
Harlem Berry will check in. They'll stay in the pistol formation. This time Van Buren will pull. Underneath pass to Bauer Sharp. Bauer Sharp trying to tiptoe along the sideline. Takes a leap inside the 20, and he's down to the 15-yard line, picking up 11 yards and a Louisiana Blue 1st down for the Fighting Tigers. That time Bauer Sharp went airborne over the top of Varian Cole to get about 4 extra yards after the catch. It'll be 1st and 10 now inside the Capital One red zone at the Hilltopper 15.
That's pretty nice hops there. Look, I never attempted that because I know how that would have gone for me. So I stay 2 feet on the ground at all times.
No, you just ran through guys. You didn't need to go over them. 1st down and 10. Van Buren out of the shotgun. Berry on a wing to his left. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. This time Berry going to get the carry straight ahead, spinning and twisting his way down to the 13 on a gain of about 3. They'll mark him at the 12. So we get to 12 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. Hayward and Wester, they're on the tackle for Western Kentucky, with the Tigers again getting deeper in that Capital One red zone here, leading by only a score, 10-3. Got to find a way to end this one in the end zone. Harlem Berry will stay in at running back. Kyle Parker out wide to the left. Trades Green into the slot left side. Xavion Thomas just off the formation to the right. The give going to be to Berry, running downhill with a ton of speed inside the 10. Stopped at about the 7-yard line. A pickup of 5 on the carry. It was Jones and Wester again combining on the tackle for the Hilltoppers as we approach 11.5 remaining. Last time unable to get the end zone, had to settle for a field goal inside the red zone. Tigers looking to get pay dirt here. Now we got movement as everybody lined up, and it looks like LSU got a little jumpy.
False start. Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Josh Thompson moving up front, the 5th-year senior transfer from Northwestern. Will back up the Tigers. Make it 3rd down and 7 Ball placed back at the 12-yard line. Again, the Tigers can pick up a first down at the Hilltopper 5. And it almost feels like, Jacob, with the way the offense has been hit or miss tonight, you're only looking to get that first down.
Yeah.
Again, the end zone would be great because you got to keep this drive going, try to avoid having to bring on the field goal unit. Van Buren waits on the shotgun snap, calls for it, and gets it. Looks left. Pocket gets tight. He fires it, looking for Brown, broken up in the back of the end zone. Got it to him. Pretty good coverage that time by Jalen Emery, but just couldn't hold on. That'll set up 4th down and 7 from the 12. And indeed, Damian Ramos comes on to try for the field goal.
Yeah, obviously the false start. I mean, you've got a really nice drive, and you're finally running the football, and you're moving the ball down the field. You set up a 3rd and short, and then you get behind the sticks whenever you turn from a 3rd and short to a 3rd and 7. And unfortunately, got set up for a field goal attempt.
29-yard attempt. Just inside the far side hash, and the kick by Ramos is up, and it is good. That'll make it a 10-point lead, 13-3. With that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Tigers General Scholarship Fund for student athletes across all sports. Thank you, Allstate. Again, a very good drive results in a field goal, but the Tigers do extend their lead, 13-3. Timeout on the field with 11:15 remaining here at Tiger Stadium. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Everyone has their own favorite way to experience Louisiana. For some, it's the taste of hot beignets with a creamy cafe au lait. For others, it's swaying to the music of brass bands, Zydeco, and all the music in between. It's boating on the bayou, weaving your way through festivals, road tripping in pursuit of the greatest gumbo. Whoever you are, whatever you crave, Louisiana will feed your soul. Go to findyourlouisiana.com to plan your visit today.
For him, it wasn't the cancer that almost took his life. It was an infection his body wasn't strong enough to fight. Antibiotic resistance is a global crisis targeting those who are already vulnerable and claiming over 1 million lives each year. But an LSU discovery is changing the game. Our unique biotech starves bacteria, stops growth, and gives the body a chance to heal. Because behind every breakthrough is a life worth saving.
Mom's early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
And when I left the oven on, we decided together that it was time to see a doctor and make a plan.
Early detection gave us more time to seek out information and support as a family.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Back to 4th quarter action of Fighting Tiger football. Presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
13-3 our score. LSU with another Damian Ramos field goal. 29 yards out. 11:15 still a lifetime left here in the 4th quarter. Again, with Western Kentucky, 35 pass attempts on the night. LSU, 38 pass attempts on the night. Clock is stopped quite a bit this evening. LSU set to kick it back. Cameron Flowers back deep for the Hilltoppers. It'll be Aaron Burrell with the honors. Fans work days. Work better with Cintas by your side. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. Here's the approach by Burrell. Kick high in the air. Flowers goes back, fields it about 4 yards deep, and he'll take a touchback. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 25. And the Hilltoppers, Jacob, got to be pleased that this is a little better field position than they've had the last couple of drives.
Probably just excited they can take a deep breath after what LSU defense kind of done to them and turned them over and sacked them at the goal line and backed them up there.
Again, only 144 yards of offense for this Western Kentucky team. 1st and 10 at the 25. Tisdale with a single back in. George Hart to his left. Looking downfield, looking to throw, and not on the same page. Henry at the 45. The throw towards the sideline to about the 42. Incomplete. Pickett again was right there on coverage with the receiver, but the throw didn't make it that far. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 25.
Tell you what, not that Pickett's not already a great player, but as a true freshman, he shows signs of setting up himself for one of those all-time careers.
Tisdale, handoff up the middle, running his heart, stood up and pushed back after maybe a 3-yard gain to the 28. That's about all. Pickett tonight with 5 tackles, 2 of those solos, got a sack, 1 for a loss, obviously, and 1 interception. And again, has had pretty good blanket coverage, called upon to play way more than probably expected tonight with Mansour Delane unable to go. 3rd down and 7 from the 28. Tisdale. Here comes pressure, and he'll be pushed down and dropped at the 20-yard line. Getting home was Jamari Butler. 3rd sack of the night, brought to you by Train. Hard to stop the Tigers, hard to stop a train. That time, Tisdale just had a little bit of leakage on the offensive line, allowed Butler to get right to him. And it'll be 4th and 15, another punting situation here. Cole Maynard on the field for the Hilltoppers.
That was a nice job by Butler because actually he was supposed to be a gap inside. They had corner cat coming from his side, but he saw that the offensive lineman overplayed it, and he just became a ball player there and took the space that the O-line gave him.
High snap, and Maynard gets it under control. Line drive, spiraling kick. Thomas going back, fields it at about the 24-yard line near side, and he will just step out of bounds at about the 24 after a 58-yard punt, rocket punt off the leg of Cole Maynard. We got a timeout on the field, 9:53 remaining. 13-3, Tigers lead Western Kentucky. Offense back out on the field when we return on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Some drinks come in a bottle, some in a can. Only one comes in a ball and brings the buzz. We're Buzz Balls, the ready-to-go cocktail that's shaped like a ball. Coincidence? We think not. Big flavor, big buzz, ready to go. Buzz Balls. It's a ball. It's a drink. It's a whole vibe. Please drink responsibly. Buzz Balls. Available in spirit, wine, and malt. 50% alcohol per volume. Buzz Balls, LLC, Carlton, Texas.
When the clock strikes 12, the night comes alive with thrills and chills. And hidden in the dark lies midnight money from the lottery. Win up to $13,000. This season, step out of the shadows, unmask your fortune, and play midnight money from the lottery. Top prize $13,000. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Score big with MMR. Join the team at the largest privately owned open shop electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, headquartered right here in Baton Rouge. MMR is committed to positioning each team member for success. Whether you're a student seeking an internship, just starting your career, or already a seasoned professional, MMR offers a variety of positions just for you. Get in the game at MMR, where your future is bright. Kick off your career at mmrgrp.com/careers. MMR, a proud partner of LSU Athletics.
4th quarter coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Cody Rush, Jacob Hester, the voice of the Tigers, Chris Blair in Tiger Stadium, where LSU holds a 13-3 4th-quarter lead, 9:53 remaining as the Tigers get the football back. Just to update the injuries, LSU's lost 2 offensive linemen today. Ori Williams is out. He has a boot. I understand it's a high ankle sprain. And Braden Moore, the center, goes down with a mid-foot sprain. He also has a boot on. Harold Perkins Jr. has a hip pointer. His question, they said he could go back. At this point, I don't think he comes back. And again, Whitweeks at halftime, they decided to go ahead and put the boot back on, and he was done for the afternoon. So, evening, I should say. So, rough injury-wise, and hoping they'll be able to get some people back here next week for the finale of the road at Norman.
Yeah, they certainly will need all of those if possible. On 1st down, toss to the near side is going to be Harlem Berry, and again, Western Kentucky will be over there in full force, and they'll lose a yard on the play. Back to the 24-yard line. Robbie Harrison led the way at defensive tackle to make that stop. Well, the offense has struggled tonight, only 13 points. They lead 13-3, but here's an illustration of what LSU's defense has done tonight to Western Kentucky here in the second half so far. 3 punts, 2 interceptions. They've run 15 plays for just 19 net yards so far in the second half. Second down and 11 for the Tigers at the 24. Out of the pistol, the handoff. This time Barry, a little bit of room right side, gets through an arm tackle, makes his way to the 29 before being stopped there. Pickup of about 5 before Jaden Gray made the tackle for the Hilltoppers. Multiple substitutions coming in for Western Kentucky. Now Juwan Johnson will check in for Barry. Bauer Sharp also coming to the sideline. Tigers have not been effective running the football. Longest run tonight has been 8 yards against this Western Kentucky defense. By a running back, I should say. Third down and 6 at the 29. Van Buren looking to throw. Late pressure hit as he delivers the football, but it's overthrown and incomplete. And Van Buren a little slow to get up. He took one heck of a shot that time. Looking for Chris Hilton, but the throw way over his head. No chance to make that reception. So sets up 4th and 6, and quickly out comes Grant Chadwick again to punt it away. It was Jalen Emery who got the big hit on Van Buren. The good news is Michael on his way to the sideline. Another one that, as you said, Jacob, he'll field tomorrow. Jarris Mack back deep for the Hilltoppers. He'll stand at the 30-yard line. 7th punt of the night for the Tigers, averaging 45 yards per punt. And a fair catch called for at the 26. And Mack hauls it in after a 44-yard punt off the leg of Chadwick. 8:28 still remains here in the fourth quarter. We approach the 10 o'clock hour here Central Time. 13-3 LSU with the lead. They've got to go to Norman, Oklahoma. Take on a very stingy Oklahoma team who picked up the win today. Again, not a firebrand offense for Oklahoma, but they've been successful this year, Jacob, because they don't relinquish points or yards.
It's one of the best front sevens, certainly in the SEC, maybe in the entire country. They are physical at the point, and they make it very tough on any offense, no matter who they are when they play against the Sooners.
Tunnel screen on first down, and LSU able to trip them up quickly. Hutchinson on the catch, and Deshaun Spears knocks him down quickly for no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Hilltoppers, just inside their own 28-yard line. They'll line up quick. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Single back to the left side of Tisdale. That's Parrish, the freshman. On 2nd down, Tisdale looks again, slings it out into the flat near side at the 32. Catch going to be made by Hutchinson. He'll make his way to the 34-yard line. Pick up 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3 as DJ Pickett on the tackle again as his tackles continue to go up. That'll give him his 6th stop of the night. 3rd down and 3. LSU crowds the line of scrimmage. Parrish the single back for the Hilltoppers. Here's the snap, a little low, but handled by Tisdale. Here comes the pressure, and Tisdale goes down inside the 25, back at the 22-yard line. Wes Weeks gets home, 4th sack of the night for this LSU defense. Another sack brought to you by Train. It's hard to stop the Tigers, hard to stop the Train. My goodness. Excellent job by Weeks as they dial up the pressure and they get to Tisdale before he could even look up.
That was a great job by Wes Weeks. It was a green dog blitz. So he has the man, the back end man coverage. And once he sees that the back was trying to help Chip, he engages and adds himself to the blitz. Nobody to account for him. Free pass to the quarterback.
Another punt here off the foot of Cole Maynard. Thomas calling for the fair catch, back pedals and brings it in at about the 24-yard line. So a 51-yard punt with no return, and with 6:52 remaining, a timeout on the field. Louisiana, multiply your cash and play 50 times the cash from the lottery. You could win up to $200,000. Multiply your fun and play 50 times the cash today. Must be at least 21 to purchase. 13-3, LSU leads. They have the football when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans, need funds to help with your financial situation? Republic Finance is a proud partner of LSU Athletics and has served the SEC area since 1952. Check out our loan options to see how we may help you. Visit a local branch or get pre-qualified online at republicfinance.com/tigers.
Not all consumers are eligible to apply online. Secured loans are available exclusively in branch and have collateral and insurance requirements. Standard loan terms, rates, and fees apply based on your state. All loans are subject to approval pursuant to standard underwriting criteria. Not all consumers will qualify. For more information, call 833-907-1737.
Elevate your game day spirit with Sugarfield Spirits, the official vodka of LSU Athletics. When crafting the perfect mixed drink, our vodka is the winning choice that'll have your taste buds cheering for more. Sugarfield Spirits, where the spirit of the Tigers meets exceptional locally made vodka. See our winning lineup at sugarfieldspirits.com or visit us at our tasting room in Gonzales.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU.
Fourth and final quarter of LSU Fighting Tiger football, presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network, powered by People's Health.
Well, Western Kentucky got on the board first tonight in the first quarter with a 36-yard field goal. That's all they've been able to score thus far. They trail LSU 13-3. In fact, here in the second half, after that last possession, Hilltoppers with 4 net yards in the second half. But LSU's offense, again, another opportunity here. Try to build on a lead. Try to build some momentum, some confidence. And again, with a number of backups on that offensive line due to injury, getting the reps here before they travel to finish out the regular season against a very stingy defense next weekend in the afternoon against the Oklahoma Sooners. 6:52 remaining, 13-3 LSU leads. First and 10 from the 24 as they start this drive. Van Buren will have Harlem Berry on a sidecar to his right, 2 receivers to the right, 1 lone receiver to the left. Motion Berry on Brown, right to left. Now he'll motion back. They'll fake the handoff to him. They'll give to Berry. Huge hole up the middle. He breaks it with a jump cut to the left. He's at the 35, 40, 45 before being bounced out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Kent Robinson, last man to get a hit on him, but an excellent run by Berry. Great field vision and a 25-yard gain for a Louisiana Blue first down. Yeah. Longest offensive play from scrimmage for LSU tonight on the ground or through the air.
No doubt about it there. And look, that should be the recipe for the rest of this game. Just feed the guys against this rush defense.
First down and 10. Van Buren steps up, shouts instructions to the line. Ball at the 49-yard line. Long snap count. Now here it comes. The give to Berry again. Hit at the line, then falls forward across midfield into positive territory to the Hilltopper 48 before being stopped by Jalen Lewis in the middle of the field. Pickup of 3. Under 6 minutes, we roll here in the fourth quarter. 69 yards on the ground tonight for the freshman Harlem Berry out of New Orleans. 2 receivers set up to the right side. Lone receiver to the left in Destin Hill. This time they'll give it off to Berry on Brown on the sweep around the right side, and he'll make his way down inside the 45 to the 40 and pick up a Louisiana Blue first down. 8-yard pickup for Berry on Brown. Counts as a pass. It was a pitch play ahead to Berry on Brown, who motioned prior to the snap. But if it's any consolation, Jacob, he got the yardage on the ground running the football.
Yes.
Won't be in the stat book, but
right. At least it's close enough, closely related.
First down and 10 now at the Hilltopper 40. Working from the far side hash as Van Buren will motion Xavion Thomas, lone receiver to the left, looks left, now looks back right, throws underneath, gets it to Johnson. Johnson makes one man miss. But a second effort will bring him down at about the 35-yard line. That's Anthony Brackenridge again, who adds to his total tonight for Western Kentucky. It'll be his 5th tackle. It'll be his 2nd solo of the evening. 4:37, clock continuing to roll. Van Buren looking at 2nd and 5 at the Hilltopper 35. Give to Johnson, looking for the hole. It opens up, and he dives forward down near the 30, and looks like he's got the line to gain. It's a Louisiana Blue first down. Harper Holloman there to make the tackle. LSU going to the ground game here, having some success. Trying to keep this clock moving. It stops momentarily as they reset the chains. It'll be first down and 10 with the ball placed at the Western Kentucky 30-yard line.
really the last couple of series, I mean, you make it a point of emphasis to kind of get back on the ground there, and it's been the smoothest drives that you've really had all game long.
Some communication issues, and LSU has to burn a timeout. It looked like they were checking on the personnel, so the timeout taken. Stops the clock with 4:20 remaining. Presented by Coshada. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Fans, that's Coshada Casino Resort. Louisiana's best bet. Gives us a moment. Pause 10 seconds. Station identification. This is Fighting Tiger Football on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hear the Tigers roar worldwide. The LSU Sports Radio Network and the LSU Sports mobile app.
Back inside Tigers Stadium, 13-3. LSU leading over Western Kentucky, and overstating the obvious here, a low-scoring game. Tigers, though, do get back to the ground game here on this drive. They've had 3 carries, very successful. Has them looking at 1st and 10 now at the Hilltopper 30-yard line when play resumes. They've gotten 33 yards on this drive so far out of 46 on the ground. 33 of those 46 yards coming rushing the football. They quickly break from the huddle. Here's a toss to Barry, right side in traffic, and still moving forward down to the 26-yard line. A pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Looks like a player may have been shaken up there for Western Kentucky. Well, they're going to call a timeout, so they'll burn another timeout, preserving 4:08 remaining in the game. And they'll move it back to 4:15 on the game clock. Another timeout presented by Coshada, Louisiana's best bet, Coshada Casino Resort. Next week, indeed, LSU, after the Thanksgiving holiday, will head to Norman, Oklahoma. Take on number 8 Oklahoma with a kick time at 2:30 Central on ABC. Western Kentucky will be on the road. They'll take on Jacksonville State, the Conference USA leader. So far, 6-0. Western Kentucky 6-1 in league play. They'll get together at Jack State with a 1 o'clock kickoff next Saturday. 4:15 remains in this one. 2nd down and 7 at the 27 for the Tigers, as once again they'll break from the huddle after the timeout. Put Trades Green in the slot to the left. Chris Hilton out wide to the left. Xavier Thomas just off the formation to the right. The give to Juwan Johnson, and straight ahead inside the 25. Down to the 21-yard line, about a yard shy after a 5-yard pickup of picking the 1st down. Another timeout taken. Western Kentucky will use their final timeout of the second half here to preserve 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Another Coshada timeout. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coming up, we'll have the Fighting Tiger post-game report. Break down the action from here in the booth. Take a look at the game stats, and then later we'll hand it off to Brandon Taylor, Marlon Fabright, and Hunt Palmer back in the Capital One studio to take you the rest of the way. Again, going to be a late one for those guys. Been a late one for all of us.
Yeah. I know we, typically when you get, a passing team, games take a little bit longer, but the air raid typically, because the passes are high percentage, you get a game over and it goes a little bit quicker. This is not falling into that category.
This will be the 8th play of the drive for LSU with 4:08 remaining. It'll be 3rd down and 1 at the 21-yard line of the Hilltoppers. Van Buren motions Green from left to right with 2 tights in. They'll hand it off to Barry, hit at the line, and he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard back to the 22. Dave Herrard, along with Brackenridge, able to get to the running back quickly, bring him down, and it will be 4th down and about 2 here with under 4 to go. The clock moving, 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Hilltoppers, of course, out of timeouts. They cannot stop the clock. They'll send in a 3rd tight end now. Looks like Donovan Green off the near sideline as Chris Hilton will check out. And it looks like the Tigers going to try to keep this going. Go for it on 4th down.
They're going to have to hurry. It's about 6 seconds left in the play clock, and they're still in the huddle. They're going to have to use a timeout or take a delay.
The clock hits 0, and again, a timeout taken at the 1 second mark on the game or play clock. So the Tigers will talk it over as we have another timeout presented by Coshada, Louisiana's best bet, Coshada Casino Resort. Tigers tonight, 322 yards of offense, resulting in just 13 points, but they have really just stopped Western Kentucky in their offensive plan after some pretty good drives early in this game, but only 137 yards total offense, 110 through the air, and 27 on the ground. And Tisdale coming off a great performance last week in the win over Middle Tennessee State with 371 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. Tonight, 19 of 36 for only 108 yards, no passing touchdowns. And the rushing attack, 22 carries for just a net total of 27 yards. So LSU going to try to put it on ice, keep this clock moving, maybe get deeper and deeper inside, not give the ball back to Western Kentucky and finish this one up with 3 minutes and 22 seconds. But first, they must convert on 4th down and 2. Again, they'll go to the heavy set with the ball placed on the far side hash. Van Buren going to work under center. Juwan Johnson deep in the hole at tailback. Here's the snap. They're looking to throw. Van Buren with time. Tosses up to Green at the 9, and he lost the ball. Couldn't finish the catch as he hit the ground at the 9-yard line. Nazir Ward was there trying to do everything he could. He couldn't get to the football, but was able to make a hit and put Green hard on the ground, and he couldn't hold on. So a turnover and downs. Indeed, we'll give it back to Western Kentucky with 3 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in tonight's game. Fans, help shape the future of medicine with Velocity Clinical Research. Participants can receive compensation, access new potential medicines, and get free study-related exams. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com.
He's going to go back and watch that one. Van Buren is, and he's got Bauer Sharp right in front of his face for an easy pitch and catch first down there.
So the Hilltoppers take over 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line of their own. Snap back to Tisdale. Plenty of time in the pocket. Throws. Catch going to be made at the 35, and then getting loose across the 40 to the 42-yard line is Jarris Mack. He picks up 20 yards, moves the chains. 1st down and 10 now as Western Kentucky quickly hurries up, gets the nose over the football. That's Caleb Nita, the center. Tisdale looking to throw, and it's out of reach up at midfield near side, out of the reach of Jarris Mack this time with A.J. Halsey on coverage. Stops the clock with 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Again, we've got a 2-minute timeout coming up in about a minute and 4 seconds. Join MMR fans, the largest privately owned open shop electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, proud partner of LSU Athletics. In the defense for LSU has absolutely suffocated Western Kentucky here in the second half. On 2nd down and 2 from the 42, Tisdale whips the pass, too much on it, nearly intercepted at about the 48-yard line. He was looking for Mack, but Deshaun Spears really had a better chance to make a play on the ball. It's incomplete, sets up 3rd down and 10 at the 42.
Yards to go for Western Kentucky on 3rd down.
See if LSU kind of dials up the pressure again. They've been so successful in the second half, really pressuring Tisdale. Hasn't really had an answer for it yet. And right now, they're showing numbers like they're going to bring at least 5.
5 at the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap back to Tisdale. Pocket collapses. He'll be brought down back at the 37-yard line. The Tigers again get home. Jamari Butler with his 2nd sack of the night, 5th for the Tigers. Another sack brought to you by Train. It's hard to stop the Tigers. It's hard to stop a train. It's 4th and 15. And Tisdale and company, why not? They'll stay on the field with 2:38 remaining. But first, time going to be called by the Tigers. They burn their final time out of the half. Once again, presented by Coshada. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet.
Yeah, Blake Baker didn't even ask for permission on that timeout. He ran over to the official and made sure the Tigers got a timeout there because, they get the big play and it's 4th and forever. They think they're going to come off the field. But, for Western Kentucky, obviously a little bit over 2 minutes left. You're down 2 scores. You got to go try to make a play there. Blake Baker wasn't taking any risks that they were going to get a quick hitter.
Again, we talked about LSU's defensive prowess here in the second half. They've got 5 sacks tonight, 4 of them in the second half. First coming back in the first half of action when Western Kentucky had their most success tonight, but very little against this very stingy Tiger defense tonight. Here's 4th and 15 from their 37-yard line. Tisdale drops back 5 steps, scans the field, now steps up, wants to run. He's in trouble and brought down, thrown down from behind. Back at the 37-yard line. Let's call it the 6th sack. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all, as Bernard Gooden able to bring him down. We'll count it as the 6th sack. Another one brought to you by Train. Hard to stop the Tigers, hard to stop a Train. Turnover on downs. LSU will take it with 2.5 to go.
Tell you what, heck of a performance by this LSU defense in this second half. I mean, think about it. They got a 20-yard pass, and that's 5 times what they had before that in the second half. I mean, that's how dominant LSU's defense has been. They got after the quarterback. They brought pressure. They showed pressure, dropped guys into coverage. Western Kentucky had no answer for it.
So 1st down and 10 at the 37. Van Buren in the pistol. Gives to Barry again. Trying to find a hole on the left side. Western Kentucky fills it up, brings him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Clock starts to roll. We'll hit the 2-minute timeout in just a few moments. 13-3. LSU's struggled to put more than 25 points on the board this season against FBS opponents, and they will have another challenge next week against the Oklahoma Sooners. And we reach the 2-minute timeout. We'll take a final timeout. Come back, finish this one out. 13-3, LSU leading Western Kentucky. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on. And there's no one key to victory. You need strength, power, agility, a team that shows up ready to win. At Toyota Trucks, they bring the full roster. Kick off the season with big savings at the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event.
Toyota is a proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Experience the drive of the Tiger in a Tundra or Tacoma, built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Champions make plays on the field and in life. With LSU Online, you can keep your career moving, earn your degree, and still run your own game plan. Learn anytime from anywhere and take the next step toward your goal line. It's time to make your move, Tiger fans. Visit online.lsu.edu. LSU Online. Win where you are. Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Back to 4th quarter action of Fighting Tiger football. Presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
2 minutes even remains here in the 4th quarter. LSU leading 13-3. Once again, the Tigers 322 yards of offense, 202 through the air, 120 on the ground so far tonight. Michael Van Buren Jr. in his second start as a Tiger, 25 of 42 for 202 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Harlem Berry, 16 carries, 72 yards tonight. Juwan Johnson, 4 carries, 20 yards. Caden Durham, 6 carries, 16 yards. And Van Buren, 7 carries for a total of 12 yards after some of the lost yardage plays. Checking the Republic Finance scoreboard tonight, only a handful of conference versus conference games. A lot of teams just like LSU playing their final non-conference game of the year. South Carolina, no problem with in-state Coastal Carolina today at home, 51-7. Auburn got down early to Mercer, 14-0, but they came alive, 62-17 there. Jordan Hare today is the final. Tennessee over Florida, 31-11 in conference action. Texas pulled away from Arkansas in Austin, 52-37. Vanderbilt destroyed Kentucky, 45-17 in Music City. And Alabama, no problem with Eastern Illinois, 56-0. Second down and 10 from the 37. LSU keeps it on the ground, off to Berry. Right side, Berry inside the 35 and down to about the 29 on the carry. Jalen Lewis made the stop for Western Kentucky. Picks up his about 8 yards on the carry. We'll set up third and about 2. 80 yards rushing now for Harlem Berry, the freshman on the night. Other scores on the Republic Finance SEC scoreboard. Oklahoma, we mentioned, held Missouri to just 6 points today. They get the win in Norman by a final of 17-6. Georgia blows out Charlotte 35-3 at home. Third down and 2 from the 29. Again, the give to Berry. Ball comes out, going to be picked up by the Hilltoppers. Don't think anybody is going to catch him. He's down the near side hash all the way in for the score. Dylan Flowers on the scoop and score. We'll get a touchdown for Western Kentucky with 1:05 to go in this game. And with a point after upcoming, it's a 3-point lead possibly for LSU with 1:05 to go. Unofficially 74 yards on the scoop and score after the ball separated from Harlem Berry at the line of scrimmage. And Flowers, the fifth-year senior, takes it the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, the defense shuts them out all game long and does everything in this game, and the offense struggled in this one. And then to kind of put a bow on this performance, they give a touchdown up to Western Kentucky. Now this game is an onside kick away. I mean, it's not over.
Point after is up, and it is good by John Cannon, and it is not over, to say the very least. 1:05 to go, and you can expect here Western Kentucky playing with house money, playing up against the SEC, now down just 3 points. Better get the hands team in if you're LSU, because Western Kentucky certainly would love to get the onside kick, make this thing way more interesting than it should be. They officially say it's a 71-yard scoop and score by Flowers, the cornerback, and it just bounced perfectly into his hands, and he was at full speed quickly. Probably not the right thing to say that is a surprise the way this game has gone. It's just been very difficult sledding tonight for this LSU offense against a defense that, again, struggles against the run. They have struggled at times against the pass. But LSU has only found the end zone once. They've settled for 2 field goals. And now it's a 3-point lead with 1:05 remaining. Again, Hilltoppers have no timeout, so expect the onside kick here. The hands team in for LSU. It's going to be John Cannon. Tees it up at the 35 on the near side hash. Now he's going to switch, go and kick it towards the right side of the field. Going to be handled by LSU and dropped immediately at the 43. Securing the football is Devon Keys. And LSU has possession with 1:03 remaining in this game.
Even that kind of looked difficult there. Often see, I guess, onside kicks anymore. But you know what? As difficult as it looked, they still found a way to get possession and now take a knee and, go out with a victory, CB, but certainly not a pretty one.
So now LSU will line up in the victory formation with 1:02. Looking to make this play effective here, get that clock moving. Van Buren under center. They protect. He takes the snap, takes a knee, and the clock begins to run. And Western Kentucky will fall to 8-3 on the season when this horn finally makes its noise at Tiger Stadium. And they will battle next week against Jacksonville State. Something tells me, even though offensively they were held in check most of the night, in fact, the majority of the night, still going to have a little confidence leaving out of Tiger Stadium, headed to take on the Gamecocks at Jacksonville State next week for what could be a deciding game in Conference USA. They'll take another knee, and down to 19 seconds, that'll do it. Both sidelines empty out. Both coaches will meet at midfield and shake hands. Tigers pick up the win. Wasn't pretty, and as it turned out, wasn't easy. But LSU will move to 7-4 on the season as the horn sounds, and this one, thankfully, is in the books. 13-10. LSU now 3-0 all time against the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. All final tonight. On senior night, the Tigers win 13-10. Coming up, we crank up the Fighting Tiger post-game report. Get some thoughts from Jacob Hester on tonight's action. Take a look at the final stat line. Hand out some outstanding individual performances before we hand it off to Marlon, Brandon, and Hunt back in the Capital One studio. Final score tonight, LSU 13, Western Kentucky 10 on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Shell believes in helping small businesses thrive. Brandon Rivers, Norco Fresh Market.
Shell is all about lifting up the community and the people around them. For nearly 100 years, they've stood beside us as partners for our small businesses and our way of life. When I see Shell employees walk into Norco Fresh Market, I think of family. The generations of Shell employees who live and work here are truly the rhythm of Louisiana.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of LSU Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Do you have questions about Medicare?
York Rangers at 9 p.m. Mammoth on XM 202 Internet 947. Rangers on Internet 938. Anaheim Ducks face the Vegas Golden Knights at 10 p.m. Ducks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 920. Knights on Internet 949. Calgary Flames.
You are now listening to Tuff Tiger Talk. Flash Report.
All right, shout out to the fan. Appreciate y'all being in an episode of Tuff Tiger Talk. I'm Big Q recapping the matchup. LSU gets the win over the Hilltoppers 13-10. So we handle the business, take care of business there. I kind of thought that it's like this game was a little too close for comfort. No disrespect to what we seen with LSU, but this wasn't it. But at least we got the dub, right? One game remaining for LSU. They got Oklahoma, and that's going to be a whole nother thing to deal with. So anyway, we'll have Coach Frank on the post game, and he'll come in and kind of give us the breakdown. But y'all do us a service, hit that like button. We up in this thing on Tuff Tiger Talk talking about LSU tonight, man. Let's hit these team stats on the win. LSU 20 first downs to 14. They were 3 of 16 on third down, 1 to 3 on the fourth down conversion. They did amass over 320 plus yards of offense, 200 yards passing today by the team, and 126 rushing yards by the team. The Kentucky did prove to be a more difficult opponent than we anticipate. After all, this team is an 8-win team and are actually 3-2 on the road, but nonetheless, they were able to put up a game here, and nonetheless, I just felt like we could have did a lot better than this, man, to be honest with you. But it simply is what it is. We get the dub. That's all that matters, right? All right, anyways, we keep going here. Let's keep it. The penalties in Death Valley. 9 penalties for 69 yards. We had a couple of turnovers to go along with it. Time of possession, we kind of got them more than over 10 minutes of time of possession, and Western Kentucky kind of got that thing closer. later on in the fourth quarter. But it was a bit of a struggle going on with us tonight. But we were able to take care of business against the Kentucky, Hilltoppers. They put up a tough little battle for us tonight. But once again, got to do better. Michael Van Buren, another start by him, 25 of 42 for 202 yards. He averaged 5 yards per throw, a touchdown. He did have an interception in the game, the turnover. Harlan Berry, 18 carries for 80 yards, 4.4 average right there by him. He was the key and leading rusher, and they put up 126 yards off of 37 carries, 126 yards. That's 3.4 yards per carry, which was just very interesting to say the least about LSU. They were trying to run the football tonight. Xavier Thomas was the top catcher of the ball, him and Tradaz Green. Tradaz got back in there, 6 catches for 45 yards. He got a touchdown. Xavier had 6 for 47, 5 for Barron Brown and 37 yards. Kyle Parker, 2 for 33. And the rest of the guys like Bauer Sharp and other guys had a catch apiece in the matchup. So LSU improves to 7-4. We got one more game remaining, fam, and that's against Oklahoma, man. That's going to be the regular season finale. Davon Keys was the top tackler on defense for LSU. We had several players that had, I guess you could have sacks in the matchup. West Weeks, DJ Pickett. We had 2 by Jamari Butler in the matchup, a half a sack by Ahmad Bro, and also he shared that one with Jack Pyburn. So LSU did defensively, man. Like I said, this was one of the, even though it was under the lights in Death Valley, it was very lackluster in his game. It was very lackluster game by our team. Of course, the interception, see DJ Pickett got him a pick, and PJ Woolen also got him another one as well. And really not much else to talk about. You see Damian Rummels was 2 for 2 on the night. 7 punts by LSU for 313 yards, almost 45-yard average. And he put one of the 5 of the 7 inside of the 20. And Western Kentucky kept it close in this game, man. It was very, like I said, very lackluster. Rodney Tisdale Jr. was the top passer, 20 of 39 for 128 for their side. Marvis Parrish had 7 carries for 32 yards as well. And basically, like I said, man, it was one of the situations where very lackluster performance tonight by LSU. KD Hutchinson was their top receiver, 8 catches for 40 yards in the matchup for LSU. And, of course, you see 17 tackles by Jalen Wester and Jalen Lewis. Those guys, the Jalens, were really putting on a tackle exhibition. One had 17, another one with 15 for Western Kentucky. They're serious on that defensive side, man. They had some players there. But nonetheless, like I said, they can be happy the fact that they battled in a SEC school and lost by basically 3 points. Nip and tuck game in battle tonight for our Tigers. But nonetheless, like I said, at least we won the game, man. At least we won. So Coach Frank gets his 2nd win of the season, to be honest with you, and we just keep this thing moving. Now, under the shadow of everything that's been going on Tuff Tiger Talk, we did, however, cover the latest news that's going on with LSU, and there's a lot of stuff going on with LSU. Formerly, a day ago, we covered this on the broadcast, formerly asked to fire Kelly in response to the suit. Obviously, he wants his 40-something odd $1 million, and they're dialing him back on that. That's some interesting news we got here posted up on the channel. And also, we talk about the fact that the Lane Kiffin thing that's been talked about in various reports that's going on with LSU's deal, a potential deal, was leaked to Lane Kiffin. So it's a lot of stuff going on, and this has been a very eventful year for LSU football, and not in a positive way. A lot of stuff outside of there, man. Just to be honest with you, here's the report right here talking about the Lane Kiffin. I don't know how you guys feel about Lane Kiffin and whether you feel like he should be the right coach to lead LSU into the future. But nonetheless, however they feel, LSU's loaded up on a big deal, finalizing a $90 million offer to Lane Kiffin, according to USA Today is saying that LSU football is finalizing a $90 million offer to entice Lane Kiffin. This is according to Ross Dillinger of Yahoo Sports. Kiffin would replace the fired Brian Kelly. And they were kind of had a discussion about what the future holds for Coach Kiffin with Ole Miss. They said they wouldn't talk about it until after the Egg Bowl because it's a delicate situation. A lot of what's going on right now with him leading Ole Miss could be upset a bit if they find out that the coach is leaving and all this kind of stuff. So it's a very delicate thing that's going on. Well, Lane Kiffin, despite the fact that he did tell the people that he wasn't going anywhere, that he loved being in Ole Miss. He liked the small town environment. He was good staying there. And then ultimately it all just changed and with something because, like I said, you can't trust nothing Lane Kiffin says. You know, he got some stuff going on. You're a bit of a snake, but nonetheless, he's a hell of a coach. So I guess you have, if you want to win, you got to kind of do a deal. You got to do a weird deal to get some, I guess, if you're LSU, man. I don't know. I mean, he's a hell of a coach, man. It's just the things you got to give up to win. Anyway, he understands the pressure coming, but hopefully LSU protects itself better in these clauses in these contracts. And of course, as the report indicates, it does definitely speak about the fact that LSU is willing not only to offer him the $90 million, but it also talks about the fact that it's willing to offer over $25 million in NIL money to help him recruit to the team. So that is also something to be kind of talking about as well here in Tuff Tiger Talk Nation. So anyway, man, it simply is what it is. But nonetheless, LSU gets the victory. As we move forward, the next thing LSU has on his docket is up against Ole Miss, and that is going to be a very interesting game, to be honest with y'all, because today, of course, we'll go through some of the college football scoreboards, the top 20 scoreboards that we're talking about in the game. BYU is in the 43 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. They're up on Cincinnati 26-14. Arizona, 25th rank, is beating Colorado and Deion Sanders' team 35-17. Deion Sanders is rumored to be considered to be fired. I think there was a report that Deion Sanders, I don't know how true it was, that he was actually begging the Colorado people to stay there. I don't know if that's true or not. That's some of the stuff that we're hearing, but he has a 3-7 team. And of course he did lose some talent, a lot of talent from that team. He has to build back. He had a Heisman Trophy winner that ended up getting drafted and a couple of players that are really good and instrumental to the team that left. And he's catching it right now. Also, Ohio State, number one team in the country. They defeated Rutgers easily, 42-9. Texas A&M, number 3 ranked. They destroyed Samford 48-0. The number 4th ranked Georgia Bulldogs slapped down Charlotte 35-3. Oregon, they were able to beat the 15th ranked USC team, Oregon 7th ranked, 42-27. The 8th ranked Oklahoma squad, they beat the 22 ranked Ole Miss team. So Oklahoma wins their matchup 17-6. They're ranked 8th in the nation. Now they could very well climb. We'll see. And that's who we got next, is that Oklahoma squad in the season finale. Notre Dame destroyed Syracuse 70-7. Alabama beat down Eastern Illinois 56-0. Utah barely got past Kansas State 51-47. 13th ranked Miami over Virginia Tech, who picked up their coach this past couple of days. Is former Penn State coach will be there in the future, 34-17. He'll pick up at the start of this upcoming season. Vanderbilt, number 14 ranked, beat down Kentucky 45-17. Pitt over Georgia Tech in a surprise. Pitt defeated them 42-28. Georgia Tech is 16th ranked in the nation. Arkansas beat down by Texas A&M 52-17. Arch Manning had 4 touchdowns and almost 400 yards passing against Arkansas in the matchup. Michigan, 18th ranked, beat Maryland 45-20. Tennessee's ranked 20th, beat down Florida 31-11. The Wisconsin surprised some people, beating the 21st ranked Illini 27-10. TCU get a close win, and they upset Houston, 23 ranked Houston 17-14 in the win right there. And of course, Tulane. Shout out to the Green Wave. They improved to 9-2. They're currently 24th in the country. They defeated Temple 37-13. So Tulane has really been having some great times building up on it. And this could be a special season for Tulane, man, once again. So we'll see how they are. At least we got one team in their competing family from Louisiana that's actually handling some business, right? So that's the kind of a balled out of some of the games, but also kind of bounce back to the Oklahoma thing, because this is the team that we shall see coming up soon. The Oklahoma team in the season finale, a top 10 team right now, currently ranked 8. We won't know tomorrow on what the situation will be in terms of them 3 games straight. They only lost, I think, to Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. So they've beat Tennessee, which 14th ranked. They beat Alabama. A couple, and they beat Missouri, and now they got LSU coming up. And this one is going to be on the 29th. This is going to be a 2:30 time kickoff game in Norman, Oklahoma, between the Tigers and OU. So this is one of them games, man. Can the LSU play spoiler against Oklahoma, man? It's going to be interesting. John Mateer have been playing some good football as of late, and Oklahoma's found something, man. They found something. They're 8th ranked in the nation. We'll see how everything rolls with them going forward. But man, oh man, LSU have they got some stuff. They got some stuff to deal with. I ain't gonna lie, fam. They got some difficulty in that matchup, man. And we're gonna lean into this matchup, and we will preview this matchup as we move forward into the week. We'll kind of go over this stuff and kind of talk about it as well. All right. Anyway, man, I was kind of waiting to see if Coach Frank is going to step to the podium and talk about the topsy-turvy, the very edging. They just got past Western Kentucky tonight with the win, and ultimately it is what it is. So anyway, man, with that being said, fam, we're going to get on up out of there. I appreciate y'all for tuning in the stream. Please do me a service and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on social media feed. Big Q representing the Tuff Tiger Talk Nation. We got our second straight win here. They're 7-4, 3-4 in SEC play in the regular season finale against Oklahoma, 8th ranked Oklahoma, going up to Norman, Oklahoma to close out the regular season. Can our team do a little surprise in there? Could we stop them, and can we kind of surprise and get a win against OU, man, who trying to see if they can kind of slip in there and make something happen on the positive side, man. I have absolutely no idea, man, how this team plays sometime, man, but we shall see. Anyway, with that being said, I'm out. I'll let you on the next one. Much love, peace, and go Tigers.
And stay up to date for all things LSU football.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thehootitdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thehootdatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation. Stay in the NO, you stay in the know.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.